is. Yeah. Hey, we're live. Yo, Will. Yo, Will. We're live. Okay. How many? What? 2 minutes late, but we're here. It's us. It's Will. It's me. It's Friday Night Tech Talk.
We're late and we're a little short on memory.
I hear. All right. Let me. Okay. There we go. Hold on. I had the other one. I had the actual live stream going there. So, Will, how you doing? How's things?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about school. Don't talk about school. Okay. All right.
Don't talk about school. Don't talk about work. Right?
Don't worry about school. Don't talk about school. Okay. All right. What the heck? I got everything going on. Hold on a second.
All your products over there.
Yeah.
You gotta simplify it.
I got everything going on. Hold on a second.
All your products over.
There we go. Okay.
17 phones. You don't know.
Yeah. I forgot to turn it off. Who called me? Or is this the crank call? Anyway. So how's everybody doing? Will, how was your Thanksgiving?
I'm sorry, I was at work.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about work. We do not want to talk about work.
No, we're not going to talk about work. We're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Will. We're going to talk about a few things. First off, anything out there. Well, we'll actually that's later in the show. I thought I don't know where George is, folks. I don't know where that is right now.
In his community that he'll probably be late.
He has a community. Where's his community at? This is the first time I heard of this one.
On YouTube. Where? His YouTube community post. Go look at it.
Oh.
Yeah, he posted,
I didn't even know he did that. I gotta go follow him.
He might be late. He said he said something like be there or something. He said he'll be there at some point. So he'll be here. Ted, I don't know about Ted. I haven't heard from Ted.
Yeah, it sounded like he was coming, he was joining us too, but no, nothing yet. So did you get a chance to look at the stories I put out there?
I just looked at them now. I knew this one was coming.
Yeah.
I knew that one was coming. But these other ones, no. The Samsung one and this one about trading your phone. But I heard about that one on the podcast. And what's this other one? That was something I opened up. Never mind. You only had 3.
Yeah, well, we're going to. I thought we got.
Yeah, and we just,
Yeah, we got 3 stories, and we got to go over a few things. We'll talk about some of the deals out there. Anything we'll talk later on is some of the things that grab you, maybe your attention. Hopefully, the other guys will hop in and see it.
It's on sale, so you're gonna be educating me.
Oh, no way, really? Okay. I thought you'd be looking for some deals, you know what I mean?
I was looking at the new, they're not on sale though. The new drone, but they're not on sale. They're not on sale.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It ain't on sale.
Now let me try and get this wrong one.
George is here. Hold on. George said,
Whoa. Here we go. There we go.
Mike wasn't paying attention.
I've been sitting here for 5 minutes waiting for you to add me.
Mike wasn't paying attention.
Oh, got BG Tech in the room.
Yeah, I was here. I was here okay, 1 minute after 8.
Well, look, I'm operating the show. It's just me, myself, and I. Okay, that's my excuse.
George, you gotta tutor him again. I think.
Oh boy,
he's been out of the game too long.
Oh wait a minute. We got Phone Tech at work here. We got BG Tech. We got we got the 50. We have the 50 of the Team 100.
Yo, BG, yo, Allen. We got part of Team 100 here.
Part of Team 100 here. Yeah. So.
Melissa's here. And Ellen's here. Brian's here.
All right. We're doing good. Cool. So, George, I take it you really had a very fulfilling and filling Thanksgiving.
Well, thanks to Eleanor. Yet, matter of fact, before I came down here tonight, I had a whole nother everything I had last night. She let me have all over again, so I'm full again.
Nothing like leftovers, man.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing like leftovers.
Ren's just popped in here. Hey, Ren's.
Yep. I'm going to start off with a few things real quick. By the way, always seem to forget. Like this video, give us a thumbs up, and share and retweet all your socials, please. Please do. So yeah.
I've already read all the stories. So
okay, and any word on Ted?
No, I haven't heard anything.
No. Okay. All right. So Will,
What's up?
let's get into the stories because we got a decent amount of stuff to cover, and the first story I want to hand off to you because you're Mr. Apple.
Yo,
Well, he wants to nail you with this story, is what he's saying.
That's right. Let's see what you got to say about this. I knew this was coming. Yeah. Well, I just take it on the chin all the time about Google. And RCS don't work. On all so I gotta just return the favor, man.
And this is a pretty heavy duty story. You gotta admit, Will.
Oh yeah, here I gotta share. I gotta wait a minute.
This is like the I don't know, the second or third time. It's not even surprising anymore.
I just think this is more. It shows they're more like Google and everybody else than they said they are.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's their talk about them trying to be like a search.
But so yeah,
there is. Yeah, that's right.
Apple hasn't. Well, let's talk about the story first.
Okay.
Now, Will, it's a lot to read here, so let's just find some of the meat and potato part or turkey if that's your thing.
What's the meat and potatoes, Mike? Because I read it somewhere else.
I read the whole story, so
I read it on I forget what site it was. Somebody else had it.
Hey, compared to the first story I had last week, this story's short.
Yeah. So let's just jump into where it says just take it from the beginning, and I'll break it. Okay.
Apple says your iPhone's usage data is anonymous, but new tests say that's not true. This is from Gizmodo. So it says a new test of how Apple gathers usage data from iPhones has found that the company collects personally identifiable information while explicitly promising not to. The privacy policy governing Apple's device analytics says none of the collected information identifies you personally, but an analysis of the data sent to Apple shows it includes a permanent, unchangeable ID number called a Directory Services Identifier, or DSID, according to researchers from the company MISC. Apple collects the same ID number along with information for your Apple ID, which means the DSID is directly tied to your full name, phone number, birthday, email, and more, according to MISC's tests. According to Apple's analytics policy, personal data is either not logged at all, is subject to privacy-preserving techniques such as differential privacy, or is removed from any reports before they're sent to Apple. But MISC's tests show that the DSID, which is directly tied to your name, is sent to Apple in the same packet as all the other analytics information. Knowing the DSID is like knowing your name. It's one-to-one to your identity, said Tommy Misk, an app developer and security researcher who ran the test along with his partner, somebody. George, you want to take that? Name?
Yeah, I took a shot at. I'm going to say Talal Haj Bakri.
Yeah. All these detailed analytics.
What happened?
What happened? Wait a minute.
You said hold on.
You said hold on.
No, I said I didn't say hold on. I just gave him a clap. Well done on that.
Okay.
Well done on that.
I thought you said hold on. All these
he's getting senile.
All these detailed analytics are going to be linked directly to you, and that's a problem because there's no way to switch it off. The findings worsen recent discoveries about Apple's privacy problems and promises. Earlier this month, MISC discovered that Apple collects analytics information even when you switch off an iPhone setting called Share iPhone Analytics, an action that Apple pledges will disable the sharing of device analytics altogether.
So that's straight up lying. That's the problem there, I think.
Hold on. Days after Gizmodo reported on MISC test, a class action lawsuit was filed against Apple for allegedly deceiving its customers over the issue. Apple didn't respond to a request for comment. The company hasn't said anything publicly about the apparent contradictions in its privacy promises or the recent lawsuit. Theoretically, Apple might argue that the ID number isn't personal information, but the GDPR, the Mammoth European Privacy Law, which set the standard for data regulation worldwide, defines personal data as any information that directly or indirectly identifies a person, including ID numbers. I think people should be upset about this, Miss said. This isn't Google. People opt for iPhones because they think these kinds of things aren't going to happen. Apple doesn't have the right to keep an eye on you.
I agree with him 100% in that whole paragraph.
Mispublished information about the test in a Twitter thread on Sunday. In some cases, this analytics data apparently includes details about your every move. Mistests show that analytics for the App Store, for example, includes every single thing you did in real time, including what you tapped on, which apps you searched for, which ads you saw, and how long you looked at a given app, and how you found it. You can see the data, which is sent in real time in a video on Misk's YouTube channel. Over the course of these tests, the researchers checked their work on 2 different devices. First, they used a jailbroken iPhone running iOS 14.6, which allowed them to decrypt the traffic and examine exactly what data was being sent. Apple introduced a privacy setting in iOS 14.5 that prevents other companies from harvesting data called App Tracking Transparency, cueing users to decide whether or not to give their data to individual apps with the prompt, "Ask app not to track." The researchers also examined a regular iPhone running iOS 16, the latest operating system, which bolstered their findings. The researchers couldn't examine exactly what data was sent because the iPhone's encryption remained intact, but the similarities to the tests on the jailbroken phone suggest the patterns they found may be the standard on the iPhone. There's a little reason to think that a jailbroken phone would send data differently, they said, but on iOS 16, they saw the same apps sending similar packets of data to the same Apple web addresses. The data was transmitted at the same times, under the same circumstances, and turning the available privacy settings on and off likewise didn't change anything.
Now, until you read that last sentence, I was thinking, okay, before that, they were saying, okay, one's jailbroken, one's not. How do you know it's the same data? But once it says same time, same everything, same circumstances, then you got to say it's got to be the same data.
Well, okay. We got the, again, getting the gist of it is that they're collecting information on us just like another company that we all know is world famous for doing that. So what you guys, I've been hearing or reading that they are going to try and get into search.
Yes,
So-
they've been saying a lot of that's been coming up. Yeah.
But then, there is a thing in here where it shows here that the findings are especially damning given the years Apple spent rebranding itself as a privacy company.
Exactly.
Apple's recent marketing campaign suggests the company's privacy practices are supposed to be far better than other tech companies. It emblazed a 40-foot billboard of the iPhone with the simple slogan, "Privacy, that's an iPhone," and ran ads across the world for months.
Yeah.
Now, the whole point of having that just to the average person, the average consumer is going to see that and go, well, that's my phone for us. But obviously,
and they're right.
They don't. They got other plans for
Apple. The guy's right. They spent years rebranding themselves as the only one who cares about privacy. Well, that's all gone now.
Yeah, unless they come up with an amazing comment.
Exactly. And so far, they won't answer them.
They're gonna.
Now, the information broke. I don't know how old this story is.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But in today's news, I watched Good Morning America. You know what they talked about in Good Morning America? How you can't get an iPhone 14 Pro right now. Oh my goodness! Oh, but don't mind the people that they're beating the snot out of them because they wanted to go. I think they wanted to go home, if I understand correctly, and they were forced to stay at the factory. Right?
Yeah.
But it's okay. Apple's the greatest.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Come on. What's that?
No, what's that? No, like I'm just gonna wait and see what they say. I mean, yeah,
Now,
what
but
he's saying,
now,
what he's
Mike,
saying,
we,
what
we
he's
can
saying,
we can only beat them up so much because this doesn't make Apple worse than the others. It just makes Apple as
You know,
bad as the
funny you
others,
mention that. Yeah,
and they've been lying about it more than
right.
the others.
I will admit, yeah, it makes me think about because I know for instance, I read a lot of Samsung. I believe it's Samsung. I'm almost certain Samsung's phones are built in Vietnam. And
Okay.
how come we don't hear anything from them? Are they doing a hell of a job of covering that up? Are they
hearing
making
anything
their work?
about what?
You know what I'm
About
saying?
what?
You got it. You got to think they're probably doing a heck of a job covering it up because
No, but wait, Mike, what are you
half of
talking about?
Samsung's top management has been in prison off and on for the last 5 years. Don't forget.
Mm-hmm. Let me get the screen.
Mike, wait, what do you mean? Hear anything about them from what?
Well, as far as iPhone, or I mean the iPhone or Samsung,
You mean as
Samsung.
far as Samsung, as far as privacy, right, Mike?
bro, which is not
Because
privacy,
Samsung is using Android, so you already know what you know what I mean?
right? We
Samsung
already know. So
but Samsung, you're not gonna lump Samsung as a different group. They're using it's Android, so you know
Yeah,
Google
right.
is
Everybody in
collecting
Android is the same kind of.
Yeah,
that makes
Google
sense.
is
okay,
collecting.
I
You don't
got
know
I got off the
Samsung
beaten
is
track a little
collecting
bit.
for
Well,
what's that thing called Bixby or something like that, but
but
Google is collecting a
right,
certain amount of data.
right. Well, how come this isn't not a story that should be forefront? How about that
Okay, Mike, wait,
lawsuit?
listen,
How come that's not in
Mike, hold
forefront?
on, Mike. You
Every
know
time
why?
a new Apple product comes out, it makes news.
Mike,
Makes
listen,
the regular
It's true.
news.
Mike. I'm about to tell you why I think it's not a big story because Apple is rebranded. Like I was talking to my friend about this. Apple talks about privacy, right?
Right.
You might buy it because you say it's private. George might buy it because of the privacy thing, but most of the people who buy iPhone, they buy it because of iMessage. It's always the same thing. People buy it because they were buying it since they had
Or because of the
And
Apple.
mind you, you're talking about the United States here. Only United States. Only United States.
Or because of the Apple status that goes with having an iPhone.
They're not on the web looking for stories about this, so this isn't a popular thing. So
that's true.
Look, Apple hasn't said a word and it already disappeared. It's not even on the Android websites. When is this article from? It's not on no websites now. What's this from a week ago?
Yeah, this is from 4 days ago.
Yeah, you see it. The story is basically dead already. Nobody's talking about it because the people who buy iPhones, they don't care.
And let's face it, all the press who report on this story all have iPhones. Let's face it.
Businesses might care because they're like, yeah, we want Mac OS because of whatever before, but they didn't want Windows because of all the vulnerabilities. But people who buy iPhones, if you go ask somebody down the street, they're going to be like, who cares? Because most people, well, I would think most people think like we do. They know if you're on the internet and all that, your privacy's gone.
Exactly.
Think about it. You get an iPhone and then you put Google Chrome on it. Your privacy's gone.
So and Will's right. People know that, and they're not going to get excited about it.
I don't think it's as big of a story. Like, yeah, I mean, hey, I hope I get some money out the lawsuit, but it's
because
not
the big story here is not that Apple is doing it. The big story here is that Apple has been lying about being better with privacy.
Wait till Apple releases their statement, and then people are going to be like,
if they release a statement,
why or whatever, and it's really going to get swept under the rug because Apple's going to come up with, even if it's a lie or not, and we'll never know. We see what this guy is showing. We'll see what this guy is showing, and this guy, whatever his name is, it's obviously his company who's doing the test. So this makes his company look great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's just got publicity,
and it sounds like he's kind of a one-man show company. So this is going to make him a lot of money.
Apple's gonna put out a story, and it's just going to be up to people to either believe this guy or believe
Gary. There's Gary. Thank you, Gary. That's a good point. People are just going to go, man.
Gary's right. Gary's absolutely right. Will knows that's true.
We've become numb to it. We've become numb to this.
But Mike, like
this is what I like about Telosa Tech. He admits all this stuff about iSheep. He has no problem with admitting it.
So for me, I didn't buy my iPhone with the idea of privacy. I just
bought it because
to me it works. It does everything I needed to do, and it works better than an Android phone for me. But at the same time, I put Chrome on it, so my privacy's gone anyway.
That's
Mhm.
true.
I have
That's
Gmail
true.
on it. Like you don't.
Wait a minute,
you
wait a
know
minute,
what I
wait a
mean?
minute.
I don't
Don't they
expect-
ask you? Don't they ask you want to be tracked? Do you hit that button and
Yeah,
say?
but that doesn't.
Yes,
That doesn't
yes.
stop
I mean,
Google. That doesn't
right.
stop Google from. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's still Google. You put Chrome on your phone or Google Duo.
Right. They're
or
still going to
whatever.
track it through Chrome. That's true.
Yeah, you're still so I don't know. I mean, I get it. Apple's wrong. Apple's wrong for lying about it or whatever. But until they give their statement, then I'll be like, all right. If they don't, give
I
a
don't think
statement,
there's
then
going to be a statement
I
myself.
think they will, George.
Okay.
I think they're gonna say something.
Okay.
But you got to think about it. They're not dumb. They're sitting there. They're like, okay, the holidays are coming. It's gonna quiet down, and then we'll, somebody will come out and say something.
And they're going to sell a ton of phones next month, and they know it.
Oh yeah, they're selling like crazy.
Yep.
They were already pushed back beyond Christmas a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Gary saying he was late to the stream because he was donating funds to Google,
Oh, okay.
Best Buy.
Well, actually, I was a minute late for the same reason, but we'll talk about that later.
Dad, y'all was.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that, George. Come on, you got to give it up. Got to give it up, George. Got to
Well,
give it
you
up.
got to wait till we get to that part of the story.
All right, you're going to give it. Yeah. All right, cool. Because I got stories. I got things I got to tell you. I've been a little busy here, so.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that one here. Let me get this one free up mine.
Mike, look. Let me see. Hold on. Keep going. Let me see if there's any comments at the bottom of the story.
Oh, okay. Want me to bring it back up?
Here we
You
go.
want-
I found it. So this guy says, I'm operating under the assumption that all big data corps know everything about my daily habits already. Now, this is probably he might be more of a user because he's reading this type of stuff. The
Yeah, that's
downside
true.
of being somewhat familiar with the principles means that I know how futile it is to avoid behavioral fingerprinting. The most I can do is try to keep specific details, communications via Signal. So I guess he uses Signal.
Sounds
and
like
feed
it.
them as much data about what I don't like so that they stop advertising to me. Somebody else said,
Well, yeah, look at the next one. Gave up feeding bad data years ago. I got my buddy's sidebar in Facebook back in the day filled with Russian and Chinese mail order brides.
yeah, like look, Mike, look at the one right before the last one. I'm shocked, just shocked to hear this. Like people, you know what I mean? They don't care.
Yeah, I
data
agree.
is
They
largely
don't.
a
They
lie
don't.
to get the
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Like it's a marketing thing. Like Apple might, they're supposed to take it serious, and maybe they do. Who knows? But it's like you know what I mean? It's just marketing. I don't think most people care about it.
Yeah, and this last comment.
Like, think about it.
Anonymous data is largely a lie. You get to freely give up your data regardless of platform. It takes a surprisingly small amount of data to identify a person these days, and that's before you get to things like this. So yeah, the guy's just being realistic.
I think that Apple did the data thing to counter Google because everybody
Apple is trying to make more and more money with data. They're trying to catch up to Google in that regard, I think.
I mean, Apple like really started pushing the data thing, like they said years ago, because everybody knew Google was selling your data, and Apple had the whole iCloud breach or whatever.
Exactly.
So I think they were like started pushing data, privacy, because it turned into a selling point. As far as like it was the opposite.
When they did start it, there were a lot of data breaches were happening.
But it was the opposite of what Google was doing. Google was like, we want your data, and Apple's like, no, we don't need it, or we don't.
And Apple's right, and Will's right. Apple made that a selling point,
a marketing thing. But I don't think most people care at this point. I think if they, like I was telling my friend, if they stop talking about it, it's not like their sales are going to go down. Nobody's going to care if they didn't put privacy or whatever, and they changed their tag.
Funny women. Now let me ask you this: what do you think? What do you think is this? The funny managed about sales. I'm curious to hear your perspective. And George, pipe in. So we just saw those about those people getting beat up over in China that were at an iPhone factory. Do you think that affects what people here in America are going to do? Are they going to go and get?
I don't
No.
think it makes one bit of
Right.
difference.
They don't care. All they
Right.
want is their product. They don't care. They don't care.
I mean,
how they
and
get
the
it.
art and what the lady was talking about was like going, well, there's these alternatives, which is on regular iPhone 14, or go get a Pro 13.
Mike,
You know what I mean?
The iPhone 14 was just a distraction. They put that out there so you could see it, and you would buy the other one. That's all. They
Brian,
knew
what
they
do
weren't-
See, Brian's got a good point. If you really care, you're going to get yourself a VPN, and most people don't.
They knew they were good. They weren't going to sell a lot of those, but those are going to go to the prepaid carriers, and they're going to be giving them away for free. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why they use the same chip and all. They're smart.
That's true. Apple can say that they could kill goats and people will still buy the phone, which is very true. Everybody knows Foxconn has some kind of slave labor, and I mean slave labor, involved in making these phones or assembling the phones. Nobody cares.
They call it
Nobody
iPhone
cares.
City. They call it iPhone City. How big is this place?
They still got the Nets out there, right?
Keep in mind, Mike, Foxconn has all kinds of facilities all over the East,
world.
not
Yeah,
just
They
in
still
China.
got the net, so people can't jump off the thing.
yeah. I think they're confined to like a city surrounding, and they can't get out.
Mike,
And
listen,
funny mention, I think Google's used Foxconn to build some of these Pixels.
Right, Google started using them too. Yeah, I was surprised at that.
nobody
But yes.
cares, Mike. You didn't care when you bought your Pixel.
Yeah, nobody cares. That's the thing. People in America don't care.
Really funny. You're right. If you really care, you wind up getting rid of everything.
If people in
You go
America
back-
cared,
go back and that's
basketball would not be big in China. People don't care.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
long as you get what you want, that's all.
Exactly.
So the
And-
Black Friday
and
sales
I-
are really important.
Right, and I've been looking at some videos lately about the baby boomer, which you two are both a little too young for it. But I'm not a baby boomer because I was born during the Second World War. But anybody behind me, a year behind me, to 65, is a baby boomer. And there's a lot of stories that baby boomers may be the absolute most selfish generation that's ever existed in the history of this planet. And I think they have some pretty good points that it might be right. So you can see why people don't care.
Mm.
Now we're talking about your mother's age, my age.
Well,
Actually, your mother and I are both a little out of the baby boomers, but Eleanor, anybody who's in their 60s or 70s right now, or early 70s, they're baby boomers. Baby boomers don't care. All they want is what they want, and that's it. So it makes sense. And they raise their kids to be the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, we'll move on to the next story.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me try and get this. I found this interesting, though, because I think of Black Friday, and everybody's going to be getting a new device.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago, this whole password story was a big deal then, about 2 years ago, remember?
All right, I'm trying screen share. And here and
Gary says baby boomers are greedy. That's true. And I think the thing is, baby boomers have raised their kids to be the same way as they are, as far as selfish and greedy. I agree.
This is a growing number of Samsung owners are using the same terrible password. This is from Android
And
First.
it is terrible, that's for sure.
This is the most common password owner. This is the most common password Samsung owners use in 30 countries.
30
Okay.
countries, yep.
The TLDR, a study was conducted on the most common used passwords. The study found that the Samsung ranked as one of the most highly used passwords in the 30 countries. I guess Samsung has a password. The most common used password still is password.
The password is still number one after all these years.
This is as most people know, the stronger your password is, the harder will be for someone to access your account. But it seems like no one taught the valuable lesson to Samsung owners as the study has found that a growing number of Samsung owners are using the same turbo passwords. According to Sam Mobile, the password manager solution company NordPass carried out a study on the most common used passwords and found that Samsung with lowercase s was the most common used password in at least 30 countries. And apparently this is troubling trend that has grown. I wonder what would happen for an iPhone user. Oh.
Yeah, it's getting worse as time goes on. That's the weird part about this.
The only reason I'm doing the stream is Brian wants me and Will to get into another tussle. He loved last week's show. I just want
of course he said it was one of the best shows we ever had. And Will agreed with him.
So let me go back to this. Hold on. Okay. Samsung states
Sam Mobile.
Sam Mobile states Samsung was the 198th most common used password in 2019. Sorry, folks. My heater is working overtime now. Whew. Nice and warm up here. Okay.
Ted. Look for Ted. Is Ted on there yet?
Hold on.
I haven't seen him yet.
He said he's coming in.
Okay. Well, let me know. I'm reading the article.
Elmo didn't like the fact
I can't see when he gets there. Only you can.
Elmo, I didn't write these articles about baby boomers.
Ed, if you're coming in, drop a comment so the guys can tell me. I'm reading the article. The next year, the word moved up from becoming the 198th most popular password, and in 2021, it climbed all the way up to 78th place in the ranking. Using the name of a brand as your password is not a good move, but at least you're not quite as bad as using the word password. Believe it or not, password still reigns supreme as the most common password. That follows by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and guessed. Whether you're using an uppercase or lowercase s in the word password in Samsung, won't make a huge difference in security either. Hackers are still able to crack the code in no time at all. In short, don't use a brand name of your device as a password. It may be a hassle to come up with a tough password for all those accounts, but it's worth it to keep your information safe. And if you're worried about forgetting your password, just remember that Password Manager can make handling all your passwords much easier. So there you go. So George, Will, please change your password. Okay, I
have to admit there have been times, maybe 7, 8 years ago, that I actually used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 a couple of times.
That's really lazy.
Hey, Spectacular Gadgets, thanks for stopping by.
That's really lazy.
And tell me, so your password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Just leave it in the comments, okay?
Yeah, I stopped that a long time ago.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's getting worse every year. So,
I mean, and people, people I still come across don't know there's such a thing as a password manager. But a lot of that though is in the initial setup of the device. Yeah. And again, it goes back to, I still say, it goes back to those poor people at the carrier saying, I need a new phone. I need my phone set up. I'm lost. Something happens. I get it. And then the person goes to the person saying, well, what's your password to your account? To set up everything. I don't know. And the person behind the counter is like, I don't have time for this. I'll start a new account. And all that stuff is lost, and all the password management was.
And they probably give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a password.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
That's their password.
Hold on. Oh, we got Ted.
Hey!
Oh, here comes Ted. All right.
Ted in the house.
Happy Black Friday, all.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yes, sir.
Said the black man. Oh,
that was busy buying Sony Xperia.
Hey, I'm just glad she kept you safe in that traffic you showed us yesterday. That was terrible.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! It was something, wasn't it? It was 3 accidents on that highway.
What highway were you on?
I-30.
Oh, okay, because I rode I-35 a lot when I was there. but that was back in the 90s. You know.
So, Ted, what's going on with you? How's your holiday?
So far, so tasty. Got to make had some turkey tacos, you know, in Dallas fashion.
I
with
didn't
the
know there was such a
leftovers.
thing as turkey tacos.
It sure was. Hey, Brian,
Now, are those
what's up?
hard or soft?
They're soft. We use soft.
Okay, I like
tortillas.
soft. I don't like hard.
Soft
Okay.
shell.
Yeah,
Just
we're
wondered. I
not
never
using
heard of
the
them.
crunchy stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. Looks like what's that? Looks like I just bought a 70-inch television
How does somebody look like they bought a 70-inch
with
television?
from the smile on their face. Ear to
Oh,
ear.
okay.
Yeah.
And I like that one. Ren says, and what's today's sponsor,
Yeah,
Ted?
right.
Yeah,
Ted always
today's,
gave us a sponsor.
Yeah, today is brought to you by San Pellegrino.
Oh, okay.
Why-
Oh, okay.
Water
It's
doesn't
kinda-
have to be bland. Let it
Usually
be
you give us
spicy.
something unusual. That's kind of common for you.
That's okay. That's all right. That's all right, Ted.
What's it? Yeah, it is unusual. Spicy water. Or
Okay.
sparkling water, I mean.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
But I saw you came in. Is it true? People really password is still the most common password, or is that
Yeah.
The most common
is that-
in the world.
Is that just the most common bad password to use?
No, it's the most
it's
common
the most
password
common.
people use worldwide. The article says.
Really?
Yes, still, and it got worse.
Mhm.
So people in Spanish in the Latin America, they're using password like they
Yeah,
don't.
well,
use
they're
the-
saying, yeah, in the
they don't
world,
use the
yeah.
Spanish
all around
version
the
of
world.
They're not using el password.
And,
Yeah,
and
no,
the second,
no,
and the
they're not.
second most popular is 1, 2, 3, 4,
3, 4,
5.
5.
And the third most popular is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So,
And you got guest. Don't forget.
and guest is the fourth most popular. That's right.
So in
What's
the
this here?
Philippines, they're using password. Is it like
Ask-
word
ask
password, or
Renz.
is it like the Filipino version?
Yeah. Ask
Filipino password.
Renz.
Renz, what is it? Do you?
Jack
do they
Daniels. No,
use-
Jack Daniels is for me. I'm the one here in Tennessee. I love Jack Daniels.
Oh boy.
So-
And I'm
Uh,
sitting here
But
drinking
yeah,
a
actually,
Sprite.
you know what? My brother, future brother-in-law, he was asking me about password manager to use yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The one thing I disagreed with in this article, the very last sentence, just remember a password manager can make handling all of your passwords much easier. Most of the time, I do not find that. I don't find password managers so easy to use as they all say they are. That's just,
Why you have wait a minute. Why you have so much trouble with the password manager? I like the one for Chrome is
I've had
beautiful.
a couple of password managers in there for even big ones, and I always found they weren't quite as easy to use as they made them out to be. That's
Ah,
just my-
So
George,
I
Chrome
don't
is
use
so
like a
easy.
third-party one. I think I use.
Yeah, web
Google.
browser ones are easy until you're
Yeah, the
using
web
something
browser
that's not
ones
in
are
a
easy.
web browser. Like
Yeah, I
an
never
app.
used a web browser.
No, they're keeping.
You're
They're
talking
keeping
about like
the-
one
Google's
password. I
keeping
never use those.
yeah. Too.
I
They're
see you,
keeping the app.
Gary. I see you, Gary. You guys have me all wrong. Don't you guys realize that all my
Button
videos
part.
end with we all do better if we love each other? I don't beat up everybody I see, you know.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm a believer of the Chrome and the Apple.
The Chrome, yeah, that's the only one I use. I never used like what was it, one password?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used
LastPass,
one
Yeah,
pass when it first
LastPass.
came
I never
out.
used none of those.
I used LastPass until they started acting funny. Then
They
then
charge
I
you,
switched
don't
over
they?
to
LastPass
Bitwarden.
Yeah,
was
they
the
are.
longest
They
one I
totally have
ever
a
used,
free
but I
one,
got rid of that too. You know.
yeah.
I use I recommend Bitwarden. If you're gonna go free, go with Bitwarden. If you're gonna go pay too, Bitwarden is dirt cheap.
So
Okay, that
when you
one I-
use
I
those,
don't know
don't you
that
have to like type in the address that the password goes to or something?
No, especially with the new versions of Android and iOS, like it comes up on the keyboard as soon as it recognizes you're typing in a password. Be like, hey, use Bitwarden, and it puts it in automatically for you.
So it remembers the address. So I don't understand what's the benefit of
Thank you,
using
Brian.
what's the benefit of using that over just using the browser?
Well, on the browser, you can't if you're going into an app that's not in the browser,
So
your browser
on-
won't help.
Hey, you know what just
I don't
struck
know,
me?
because on iPhone, I swear mine just.
If we're the
I
Three
don't know.
Musketeers, that makes Ted D'Artagnan, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I just realized that. And so he's supposed to be the young, good-looking one. So he is. So that works out.
Well, actually, no. For actually, D'Artagnan would
Oh,
be you since you're the oldest.
Ted, Renz wants you to ask the question again about the password. He didn't catch the question.
What?
He's
Oh,
at
yeah,
work. Keep in mind, Renz is
In
at
the
work.
Philippines,
Yeah,
what's the
Renz,
most
do they
popular
use the word password or do they use the Filipino word password? What do you think? If the password is the most common
So
word,
Renz, he's saying, are people there dumb enough to use the word password as a password like everybody else in the world?
or do they use the Filipino version of
What's
password?
going on, Big House? Oh
Oh
God.
man.
Oh, okay. All right. At least we know Big House's password. Yeah, go try it.
Wait. What's this?
The one before that. The one before that.
Before that was
Yeah, Big House. There you go.
Apple's one.
Apple is number one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Now, I would expect Will to use that, wouldn't you?
Listen,
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like King Supreme or
you know
something
what? I
like
use
that.
so many different passwords
All of
that I get confused sometimes.
Yeah, I do too sometimes.
It's
Tim
good though because it makes me change them a lot.
Gary Tim Jr. Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, here we go. That's
That's a
it.
good idea.
That's it.
Hey, I
And the
might
And the
small
thing
T.
is,
that one.
Will would be
Lowercase
proud to
t.
use that as
I
a
might
good.
use
password,
that
okay?
one.
That's good.
Nobody will guess that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
yeah,
or,
at least-
or
so
juice,
Apple-
apple juice, something
Apple
like
has
that.
the iCloud, the keychain stuff that
Yeah,
can work
keychain.
with all the apps and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I use. It works
But
with-
unfortunately, it wouldn't work if you use other devices like other ecosystems like
Well,
with
see, that's the
Facebook.
bad
well,
part.
yeah,
Of it.
that's
Yeah,
why-
it's only
that's
going
why-
to work with an iPhone.
Hey, that's
or
why I
with
don't leave.
Apple products.
That's why you need a third-party password manager.
Nah, it's too much. Yeah, see, that's. I had tried to use LastPass, I think, when I was on Android, but it was, from what I remember, I swore it made me like, I must have been doing it wrong. I thought you had to type in the web address and then put the password in with the username. It was too much work.
Yeah, I remember. For me, it became a bit of work too. That's
I just
why I
use
stopped
Chrome.
using it.
Chrome's is
So,
easy.
I feel like you guys didn't give it proper accessibility.
let me-
features.
I
How
didn't
many-
give
Now,
it
of course,
enough.
mine goes back 5 or 6 years, and I'm talking about.
How
I
many of
probably
you
didn't give it
guys?
enough time, but
They Google suggests a password. Use the suggested password, and if you ever take a look at it, it's
Oh, forget about
lowercase,
it.
uppercase, numbers.
crazy.
It's a whole string, 12 to 16 letters and numbers.
Those I could never. What would I'd have to save it somewhere, and so
Nah,
now
but
I got
George,
it
when
saved
you-
somewhere physically. That doesn't make sense. So
No, when
That's why I don't
you
use
pick
those.
that one, George, Chrome will save it for you.
Yeah, Chrome will save it.
See, I've never used the one.
Because
Okay.
Safari does the same thing. I
I had
Yeah,
that.
that's
I
how they
used
try to
that
trick
one
you
for my
into a web
Twitter
browser.
I
account.
should have known because Chrome saves all my passwords for me. So
Chrome and Firefox, they offered to save on my password. I just say no, forget it.
Brian, is that a password? Everybody, there's
When-
Brian's password. Tim loves money. Okay,
when does that thing start?
what thing's
What
that?
thing?
The thing that's supposed to get rid of passwords. What's it called?
Oh,
Oh.
well, there's no set time, but they're supposed to be rolling it out. And
I
I'm
thought it
seeing,
was. I thought it was early next year. I was thinking
Oh.
like first quarter next
yeah,
year.
passkeys. I think it is
Yeah,
passkeys. Yeah,
and it's Apple and Google and who else? There's a few others,
I
right?
thought it was Samsung and Amazon. I thought the
think
big-
it's and
yeah.
Apple and Google and Samsung.
Here we
too.
go. Here
there
goes
you go.
Ren's
Rand
answer.
answered your question.
Okay.
Both their
Password-
birthdays or
okay.
anniversaries or love what?
Okay, yeah, hey,
Rand
they're a
and
lot better than password
Uh-huh.
alone.
Liquor
Yeah, that
brands.
sounds
See
better.
that?
That does
Now,
sound
see,
better.
liquor brands might be kind of helpful.
Do
I
interesting
think.
pair, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna think of them all.
She uses liquor brand.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right. Well, we're gonna push on. George, you want to take this next story with trading in your phone?
Sure.
George never does this.
Actually, George just did this about an hour and a half ago. So
Oh
Ooh,
wow!
really?
Oh, breaking news! Oh,
We're missing out on something here.
Oh, yeah.
I said
Look,
when
oh,
it
yeah.
gets to the
Hold on, let me
story.
get-
So
let
all
me
right,
get in there. Oh yeah.
Mike, you got to pull up the story for me.
George, I can't think about what phone you could possibly want.
Oh, hold on.
It only happened because all of a sudden I had a Black Friday deal in my email. You'll find out in a little while.
Okay, here we go. Good,
Okay,
George.
this is from Droid Life, and this is very simple. It makes sense though. This has a happy ending, by the way. Trading in your old phone, always take a video, updated. Yeah, the updated part was the happy ending at the end. This is a short one, but I thought it was good. I go into reader view so I can get rid of the ads.
I don't have that. I never set that up. I'm sorry.
You don't have to set it up. You just click on it. Ted, someone has showed me. You just click on it in the browser.
I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
What browser
Right.
are you using?
Chrome.
Don't
I'm
be
on my
me.
Chromebook tonight.
Don't be me. Record your trade-in device before sending in. And when I first read it, I'm like, what? You got to record everything? No, he's only talking about recording one short part. The unthinkable has happened, folks. After years of me saying that I have yet to have an issue with a trade-in process, I haven't had one yet either. It's Google that has broken the streak. Naturally, let my suboptimal situation be a lesson to anyone planning to use their old phone as a trade-in. Believe me, what has happened to me and others is completely avoidable with this simple trick. And I wouldn't have thought of this, but it's nice, simple, and easy. Let me start by saying I have traded in many devices before. I've used Google's trade-in system and Samsung's. Both have worked for me in the past, so even though Google's was taking an oddly long time this year, apparently due to USPS, and so did mine. When I got my 7, it took a long time in the postal service, and finally they said they got it. But it was about a week and a half after they really did get it, so it was weird. I was still sure that everything would work out great and I would be refunded the proper amount, and I was too. This year, Google offered me $480 for my Pixel 6 Pro towards the purchase of a Pixel 7 Pro. Not a bad deal, I thought to myself. The trade-in process itself is easy. Google sends you a little box, you wipe your old phone, place it in the box, and ship it off to Google. Given what I do for a job, you can imagine I've done this process quite a few times, and I'm relatively proficient at it. Yeah, Tim would be proficient at this. Let me be more clear. I wiped the phone. I am 99.999% sure that I wiped the phone. However, this is the first year in a few years that I opted not to record myself wiping the phone. And I would have never thought of this either. And placing it into the return box. Maybe I was busy or something. I don't recall exactly. So he at least has been recording himself wiping the phone, except for now. The moral of the story is always record a video of the device you are trading in as you place it into the return box. Very simple. As you might have guessed by now, I received an email from Google over the weekend. According to them, I did not factory reset my device. Because of this, they brought down my refund to just $256. That's $200 less than what I was originally quoted. That is some penalty, boy. First of all, that's baloney. The real issue, though, I can't prove it because I didn't take a video. I am ultimately to blame for this outcome. Don't be like me, folks. Second of all, can we all agree that at $200, that $200 is not just a penalty for not wiping the phone? I agree. $40 would be fine, but less than half my quote because a phone didn't get wiped? It takes a minute or two to wipe a phone. In my opinion, consumers shouldn't be hurt so badly because of this possible oversight. Couldn't agree more. But let me tell you something. It's not just me that this didn't factory reset device issue was happening to. You'd better believe there are a group of people on Reddit that have the exact same story as I do. Over on this thread, there's a growing list of Pixel buyers who claim to have reset their phones before sending in, only for Google to call them liars. Thank God that didn't happen to me. Thankfully, for a few of them, they took photos and videos of their devices they traded in, meaning Google should be able to look over the evidence and credit them their money. I did not do that, so I'm glad Google credited me. I just got proof of it last week. So I have spoken with Google support and was told they would need up to 72 hours to investigate and get back to me. I am not expecting a resolution in my favor, as I have no evidence to back up my claim that I wiped the device. Yet he's right. They could just say, no, you didn't, and that's that. Please, it takes a few extra minutes, but always take photos and video as you wipe your old phone and place it into the trade-in box. I will be doing that in a couple of weeks. It's much better to do that than waste time trying to argue against a company like Google and Samsung. Updated 11/16. After working with Google support team, I have been refunded the remaining quoted amount from my trade-in device. Good for him. I do realize how fortunate I am, because it's entirely possible that Google could have easily said no. While this outcome is positive, please take steps to avoid the frustration entirely. Record a video of you factory resetting the device and placing it into the return box. So I agree. That's such a simple thing. It only takes a couple of minutes, and I will be doing that next time I turn, because my return when I got my Pixel 7 took a heck of a long.
Did you see George
had
yours?
about a week and a half, and it was sitting there, and they had never
Right.
updated that it had been delivered.
Right. And all of a sudden, I got an email email saying, "Hey, we got your device." And I go back to the postal tracking, and it still shows stuck somewhere.
Exactly. Same with me. But I find when I went on the Google Store
was
website
horrible.
and looked at my device, it said it's been approved, and I was like, and that was
Yeah.
only last week for me.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So that's
So it makes
That's
sense
something.
to take
That
those
is
extra couple of
maddening.
minutes just to record that you reset it and put it in the box. So I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks myself.
if Google said no, I would just
That
buy it.
actually happened with me when I was trying to trade in a device with Amazon. They I factory reset. I remember factory reset it because on the LG, I was having troubles where I had to use a mouse because part of
Okay.
the screen wasn't working, so I had to use a mouse. But they still gave me the refund. They were like, "All right, we'll still take it." But yeah, I
Okay.
used my mouse to factory reset it, and then they were like, "Hey, this device wasn't factory reset," but at least they gave it back to me, like
Right.
as is, but no discount. But I was just like,
And this is just not Google. I've heard plenty of horror stories with Samsung trade-ins when the new S line comes out. A lot.
And
A
see,
lot
I,
of,
I have trade-in phones with Samsung and Google and with Apple too.
did
And
you
I've never had a
yours?
problem
Yeah.
with the wiping of the device, but I'll be sure to record a little
Sam-
video.
I've heard not just wiping devices. They claim that there was a crack in it. It's
Yeah.
damaged or
Samsung
something
tried
like
that.
that.
on me, but I had pictures. I had to send them pictures.
"You gotta,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
you gotta have
And
receipts."
I'll
So
make sure I
Will
do
was
the
the
same
first one
thing.
that told me that he took pictures, and from there on out, except for this trading on this iPhone, I just said, put it in there, be done with it. And I'm like, then I see the story, I'm like, holy crow! And trust me when I tell you, yeah.
With iPhone,
Gary, that's a mean thing to say, Gary.
Yeah, but Gary's
With-
not wrong though.
with iPhones,
LG
I
phones
go
get the
right
lowest
into-
trade-in value.
Yeah, that's just Gary
Into the
being Gary,
store.
right?
I usually go straight into the store and do it
Oh, okay.
But
with Apple because then you,
but Brian,
you
yeah.
don't deal with all the nonsense. They give you.
LG's treating me good.
No, I did
Brian.
my last one with Apple when I got the not this
I've
one.
never-
When
I
I
think-
got
I don't
the
think I've ever
12
mailed them
Pro,
anything.
I did it through the mail and it was fine.
Okay.
Anyway, how's the V60, Ted?
Yeah, it's treating me as well as it can,
Well,
which is
the
very
cool
good.
thing is you're a
I'm doing-
photographer.
I'm
You have
doing
a
this as a-
photography business, and I think of the V60 as the photographer's kind of phone. Am I right?
More videographer, but yeah, it does
Okay.
it does honest work for photography, and I'm using it now for this stream.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Are you using it right now?
Yep,
Oh, cool, good.
front-facing camera and everything.
Yeah.
All right. The Will and I, we both are using our Logitech.
Yeah, whatever this is.
Yeah, he's really impressed with it. I've enjoyed it immensely.
Really?
I've used
And
it.
I use my
videos.
Logitech C920 for years, but ever since I started using my DSLR, and this is my old T3i DSLR. It's
Yeah,
a
yours
lot
looks good. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought the M1 MacBooks had a really good webcams. Will, what happened?
No, the M1's webcam sucks, Ted.
Yeah, and I found the iPad the iPad Pro 2020. It's okay, but it's not great at all. Trust me.
Yeah, the webcam sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
and
the- I
it
think
looks
the-
like the LG's
The
behaving
newer
real
one,
nicely.
I think,
too.
has a better webcam. I don't never really use it anyway, unless I'm on here. And you know
Ryan
what?
says
The,
LG V60 is
the
solid.
continuity camera doesn't work on StreamYard. It's so far. I think it works with the
Nobody wants that.
Look at that comment,
camera,
man.
that type of stuff.
Oh, that's hard.
And he put a crap label at the end, a crap emoji at the end of that
Oh no,
comment.
I was
too.
looking forward towards using continuity camera. I
It
just
doesn't-
upgraded my iOS, my iPhone
It-
11.
It works. So
What
far,
is
what I've seen,
continuity camera?
it works on like the what's it called? Like the photo booth app. It works for FaceTime.
Photo
it
booth
works
app. Who
for-
uses that app?
Nobody, but it works on there. I don't know if it works in Safari. It might, but Safari doesn't work with StreamYard.
What's the purpose of this continuity thing?
Continuity camera? You can use your iPhone camera instead of using the MacBook, but I don't.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Chrome, what's this thing called? StreamYard doesn't work with Safari, so I can't test
That's
it
true.
on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's why it's not. You know what I mean? If it's not working, or otherwise, I just would have used the phone. 'Cause
I
then you
thought
can
at some
use
point they were going to upgrade StreamYard or change it enough to work with Safari. But
and you can use the back camera, which is
Yeah.
yeah,
The
continuity camera works fine, but it just doesn't work with
I mean,
this.
this V60 is actually working really good considering how low light this place is. But let me try to switch to the rear camera.
oh, you just switch.
I love them. See if I can do it.
Ted, when is the big day?
April
in-
2nd.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was April 1st.
April 2nd.
Oh, okay. I guess I have to make an effort to come down there, huh? Since I'm invited.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna
George,
make
just
an
got-
effort. Go ahead.
Does
Well-
Eleanor need a Nest
go.
thermostat? I
What?
have a Nest thermostat. I think Mike, you said you can't use it, right?
No. Well, I guess I don't know if Eleanor needs it. The South Jersey was it mine?
I
South
can
Jersey.
almost
yeah,
tell you.
I
I
can
can almost
almost
tell
say
you,
you
guarantee you,
off, I
I
got
can almost
one. It was
guarantee
like-
you, Elmo's going to say no automatically. I tried to, even when we were together, I tried to get Ness, and she wouldn't let me.
because I got one. It was like $10. I paid tax.
Where'd you get it from? From your?
South Jersey, whatever.
Are you? Yeah. You with the gas company? They're giving them
Well,
away. I
Mike-
know.
Mike, if it'll work for you, try it first, because
Yeah, I
Elmo's
might.
going to say no. I
Mike,
guarantee
my
you
wife.
that.
My wife does like the automation. She likes turning on the lights in the house with
Yeah.
the.
And so does Eleanor, but she doesn't. She never wanted this
Okay.
thermostat. I don't know why.
Okay.
That was crazy.
So
Gary,
all right. Look,
The back camera now, Ted,
Yeah, back camera now.
you know what, Ted? That looks sharper.
looks very good. There, it does look
Yeah.
sharper.
Doesn't it, guys? It looks.
Yep,
it
it
looks
does.
a little crispy there.
Yep. Yep. I can't see myself at all.
You see what Big
but-
House? You see what Big House
Have to
says,
trust
right?
guys.
iPhone SE 2020 has a better resale than the V60 because it's an iPhone.
Because that's right. It's exactly right. That's exactly right. As
I
good
got
as the
$290
V60
for
is.
my iPhone SE. I got $290. I
On
want to trade
Google,
it.
right? You should have sold it on Swapper. Look what I got for that 13.
Oh no! Because I don't want. I'm bad enough. I'm going to pay taxes. Dude, you're going to pay
I know.
taxes.
Yeah,
Mike,
Swap
you
is
got-
charging. Swap is
Mike.
charging more now. Yeah.
No. He's
No,
talking
you're going to get a thing in the mail.
I'm gonna get screwed because this year I didn't sell much. I think I only sold that one phone, but
Yeah, but
I'm
there's
gonna
no.
get
Oh, you're
I'm
going to
gonna
get the thing
screwed
for your
by
taxes.
PayPal.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get screwed by PayPal anyway for
Okay.
for using PayPal with like gift cards and stuff. I'm gonna get screwed.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Well, let's go on to my next thing. My next line here. I posted in the show notes. It says here, what's the number one deal that is a must-have for Black Friday, or it's really hard for you to pass up? What
All
is
right.
what is the thing? What was like? Wow, these are incredible deals. I can't.
All right. Should I start since I'm the one who
Yeah,
got?
George, you got us on the hook. You got us.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, go
Should-
George.
For those of you who remember, traditionally I usually get nothing for Black Friday. Last
Mhm.
year, I caved in and I bought something that was like $30. That was the only thing I bought for Black Friday. But today, when I was out bicycle riding, I was taking my break. I look at my email and Samsung
Yeah.
had
Yep.
a Black Friday offer for the Galaxy Flip 4. And I'm
Oh,
Come
like, wait
on,
a minute,
George,
let me go
no.
take a look. Now, keep in mind, hey, Patricia, glad to see you. We're glad you're seeing us.
George, let me
Um,
first ask: was the
Go ahead.
deal better than if you had traded in your Flip 3 for the Flip 4? That
believe
trade-in
so.
deal?
I
in the first?
believe so. I'll let you know the numbers. You tell me. All right.
Okay.
So anyway, so I'm sitting there on my bicycle ride today, and I'm going through the email. So I go to Samsung and I go through all the steps, and I said, yes, I have a Flip 3 to trade in, and blah 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 blah. And the end of all the promo, there was a promo. Anyway, it wasn't off as much as I would have thought because I still was going to have to pay like $450 some at the end. So then I get back to my car after bicycle riding. I look at my email again and I see another Samsung email and it says, on the phone you just looked at, something like a better deal. And I'm like, okay, when I get home, I'm going to look at this deal on the computer. I get home and I pull it up. Well, now they offered me more money off, another code. So now I can get $600 for my Flip 3 plus this other code you're giving me. So I went home. I did the whole thing. I ended up getting the Flip 4. I'm trading in my Flip 3, and I spent $261 for everything. That's the entire total. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to beat this deal. So what do you think, Ted?
What is that? Wait, buying Android for your wife? What?
we'll be talking about that soon. We'll be talking.
Yeah, well, Mike has been talking about that since last week. I remember. So what do you think, Ted? $261 for a $1,000 phone.
Yeah, no, that's not better than the trade-in deal. And when the Flip 4 was first announced, I think when the Flip 4 was first announced, you could have traded in the Flip 3, and all you had to do was just pay $100 for the Flip 4, right? That was the trade-in deal.
I don't remember that. But
Mike?
anyway, at this point, I just
Right,
said,
you
okay,
remember?
I
You
don't
were
think
telling George to do it.
No, you know what? You know what? I got the S22. I got
Okay.
the S22. It cost me $20 to get the S22 to trade in my Flip 3.
right.
That was in August.
So anyway, I did go in on the deal, so I should get it. Oh, and you know what struck me at the end of the ordering process? It said shipping. If I wanted to spend an extra $20, I could have gotten it on December 15th. Well, I was already getting it December 16th. I'm going to give you $20 to give me one day? No, thanks.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I remember that. The
So I
trade-in deal,
actually
we were
broke
telling
down
you to.
and bought something for Black Friday, and I think I
Yeah,
got a
Brian
good deal.
remembers. Yeah, when it first came out, Samsung was saying trade in your Flip 3, just pay $100, and they give you the Flip 4.
Okay, I think I
earbuds.
just missed it. Also, remember I had my Flip 3 was working perfectly.
At the time,
Now my screen protector is just starting to lift off, which had never happened to me before.
Yeah,
I think that's what got me started thinking of that.
You sound like Mike. That was when Mike was stressed about trading his in, and I told him to go to Best Buy.
Yep.
I will admit that guy just flipped it open. It turned on. He was like, "Okay, here, get your information off." He was fine with it. He just kept right on going.
I know mine is good. So anyway, that was the reason.
Oh, okay. All right. That's funny.
He's not one of those techies that like to pixel people. Like,
all right.
Yeah.
Ted, next time you're going to have to give me a kick in the butt at the beginning the first time.
Yeah, well,
like Thanos, you couldn't live with your failures. So what did that bring you back to the Flip 4?
Exactly.
Well, that's good, George. And ain't that something how they kept on pestering you?
George,
I'm getting the same thing too.
Yeah.
Did they change anything with the Flip 4 as far as the screen?
The screen.
Is it the same kind of screen protector?
It's the same screen.
You're gonna.
I think it's the same screen protector. Yeah.
You're gonna have
so
the same.
Keep in mind, it lasted me a year and a half? No, a year. A year and a couple of months.
And this new one's gonna last him a year. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be doing it again in a year.
I guess. So we'll see. Anyway, so this is the first time that I actually caved on a Black Friday.
And a trade-in, right?
Nope, traded in for the S23. That's
A
what
whole
they're
bunch of
gonna use.
firsts.
S24 by the time a year is up.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Brian says, "Don't worry, just trade in for yeah, yeah, yeah."
Well,
He'll be for the
I'll
S23 with
probably
it.
be trading this for that. This is the S22 Plus.
Hmm.
I wonder which one they'll give you more money for.
Be interesting to see.
You
Yeah.
got to check, George, when you get it.
I'm thinking it would be the S22 Plus, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
So I just want to say, for me, I think this year, yeah, Samsung had some good deals, but Google Store this year as a whole, since the Pixel 7 rolled out and now Black Friday,
Right.
and mind you, granted, we're phone centric, but as a whole, the Google Store as a whole has a lot of great deals going on right now.
Okay. So
And-
what can you get the Buds for right now? Let's say the Pixel Buds Pro.
I don't know. Here, let me go see. I'm not sure right now. Hold on.
I was just wondering.
I got a thing in an email telling me don't forget it's Black Friday.
The Pixel Watch is $50 off, so it's $299.
Okay.
The phones, the Pixel Pro, the Pixel 7 Pro is $749. The
You can
That's
get
pretty
the
good.
Bud A, the Pixel Bud A for $65 right now. Let me
Pixel
see.
Bud-
Oh no.
Pro
Yeah,
at
but what about the Pixel Buds Pro?
150,
Bro, let me see.
George.
Oh,
Pros?
149.99.
Okay.
The doorbell is $119. The Wi-Fi
You're gonna be
Pro,
honest. Are any of those Pixel Buds worth its price?
$199.
Actual price?
Oh yeah,
Maybe it's good for
I'd say the
150.
Pixel Buds Pro are absolutely worth the 149.99.
wow.
And if you get a store credit, like I did, I had $100 credit. I paid $55 for them after tax.
I guess right now it's $50 cheaper than the
It's
AirPods
$50
Pro
cheaper
on
because
sale.
I paid full
Right,
price.
for the
Yeah.
Pro.
On the
Pros, yeah.
AirPods Pro on sale.
And I think they're absolutely worth it. They are awesome, I think.
So for me, the Google Store has been really great. And my wife pointed out to her, saying, "Get her an Android phone." Yes, honey, you know your Android phone's on the way. I ordered for her the Google Pixel 7 Pro for her.
Oh, you got
And-
a Pro. Okay, good for her.
A Pro. Look
I
at
got
this
well.
little
Her
girl.
requirement is it. She held up her Note 10. She says it's got to be as big as this.
Okay, so yeah, you couldn't go for the
So
7. Yeah,
I
that
couldn't
makes
go.
sense.
No, she didn't want no part of being a smaller device.
Right.
So I took advantage of the trade-in, and I'm
Right.
trading in my S22.
Which
Plus
you
the
hardly
discount.
used at all.
Yeah, well, I used it for about 3. Wait a minute, I got it in August. I used it all of August, September, and part of October as my
Yeah,
work
but most
phone.
of that time you were using your
I use it as a work
T-Mobile
phone.
phone, your Revel
Mhm.
phone. You were using
Yeah,
the,
yeah, you're right. I'm going to try and before I ever do the trade-in to do an actual review on it before doing that.
Yeah, because you were doing the OnePlus 9 a lot.
Yeah, well, with the OnePlus 9 right now is my work line. It's on my work
Right.
line. I'm using it as a work phone. It's really nice too. So, did you use what's this now? Did you use a promo code? The promo code would not work for me, and I think
Okay.
it's because it had a promo of $200. Now, mind you, I got her the 256 gig, so 256 gig. So I was matching Apple for Apple. Well, no, I hate to say Apple, oranges for oranges. Okay.
He had to say it.
And I tried it so that I was giving her the code, and
Okay.
it wouldn't give me a discount I could use my discount, and I it just wasn't. It seemed like the discount for the phone was the promo, and then the trade in. So all in all, I got $590 for the S22. $590 for the S22. $200 off. I think I'm paying like after tax like $305
Very
for the Pixel 7 Pro.
So you're paying less than half out of the pocket.
Oh yeah. So, and trust
Sounds
me,
like
on this
way.
one, I will be
Gary's saying
recording.
Gary's saying you should use his promo code.
I will. Gary, I'm not done yet.
So he's buying more stuff. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm kicking around. Well, to find a good deal, the 6A is a great deal,
The 6A is a great deal.
and I got to see what I
Really
got.
is.
I want to give up.
Especially for $90, which is what I got.
Wait,
Yeah,
who's about
it's-
to go to
yeah.
6A, Mike?
Hmm?
Who's getting
Well,
Yeah,
there's
Mike
also
is talking
Christmas.
about
I
the
gotta
6A.
maybe
Mike,
buy
wait. Mike, you're gonna get a Pixel 6A for what?
Well,
Yeah,
I
you're
got
certainly not going to trade in your 7.
no. I think I got a first gen Pixel sitting over there.
For
I
what?
don't know.
So do
Yeah,
I.
these deals end on the 28th.
How much are you going to get for a first-gen Pixel? Not
I
much,
think
I
I
would
saw
think.
like $100 for it on the website.
$20.
Oh no,
that's
Mike,
being
you gotta
generous,
keep your
I
first
think.
gen Pixels.
What's that, Ted?
You gotta keep the first gen Pixels. Those are
Yeah, I know. That's the
those
thing.
have
That's why
value.
I
It's
know.
collector. That's a
Hey, that
collector's
was the-
item. Yeah,
that
he's
phone
right
was
about
perfect.
that.
That is a collector item.
That
They're
phone was a
useful. They're
great
the only
size. I
device
like
that
that
allows
one.
you to upload to original quality to Google Photos.
Hmm.
Oh
That's right,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Photos and videos. They
This
can
is here.
upload to the
They
original
do
Big
quality.
Al said he bought 2 of them for himself.
Well, yeah, they are. They are a hell of a good deal. At $299, it's a good deal. But
Yeah,
I say though,
$299. Yeah, that's an awfully
yeah,
good
I
deal.
say though the Google Pixel, well, everything in the store is really good, and
Yeah.
so the thing with it was
George, how's your watch, George?
My watch
yeah,
is
how's your
awesome.
watch?
My watch is up. Now, it's still small, but since I put the little case on from Rinky, it's a little bit better as far as size wise. But I gotten used to it. The only thing is, I think I'm wearing the Watch 4 Classic and the Apple Watch SE that I have. I still think they do a better job of recording everything exercise wise than the Fitbit app. That's just my opinion. But it does a good job.
Ted, you want me to block the camera for you? Ted,
Right. And I also, there you go.
you need me to block the camera if you.
And
if
I
you
also
it.
think, as far as
You
looks
okay?
go, the
Yeah,
Pixel
it's all
Watch,
good.
I think, is the classiest looking of all of them, even though it's smaller.
It sure does
Uh,
look nice.
Gary,
Yeah,
where'd you
It
send?
looks great.
Would you email me? Did you email me the code anyway? It says here you go. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
Gary, in my banner, it's somewhere in there is my email address. If you don't have it, I'll put it in the comments. Let's go on to
I feel
let's go
left
on.
out. Everybody has Ted. You don't got a Pixel, right?
Ted, you
I
got a
do. I
Pixel?
just said I got the OG Pixel that I use to
Oh,
upload
no,
photos and videos to
I'm
Google
talking about
Photos.
Okay.
George got a Pixel. Mike has a Pixel.
George has
Six-
two,
And,
but I have the Pixel 7 and the
Pixel
Pixel
got a
6
Pixel.
Pro.
Somebody had a
Pixel as
Pixel
well.
and just couldn't deal with it.
That's true.
couldn't
couldn't
handle
like couldn't
do
like I don't know, handle 2 phones. It didn't have this. It didn't have that. Wah.
You know, Mike. You know how I am.
Mike, you're getting bad,
I'm telling you, he's terrible.
but I like it.
You little. Come on, man. You had the opportunity. I was willing to help you out to keep that second line going somehow.
I was
But,
willing to have you- that's right. He was. That's right. He did. He
I
offered, yeah.
gave up on him. I gave up on him.
He gave up on you.
He's so infected with that apple
I
juice.
know. The best deal he can get for Black Friday is it's a little gift card from Apple. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, Apple touting that you can get $250 gift card. I think it's for the Mac computers, the laptops.
no, that's
They're
not
giving you
enough.
$50.
The next computer I get would be I think I would get a 16-inch, but that's like $2,000. That's
I was
$200.
going to say that's some serious money
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's
So
cheap. I think you can get it for like $1,800 now. I'm from B&H right now.
So Will, tell me, what's the Black Friday deal
Oh,
that
no.
you really were like looking at, like, oh, maybe?
I never shop on Black Friday, so I don't know.
Come on, man.
I don't.
I wouldn't have shopped unless I saw that.
I never
email.
do.
No.
I never do. I don't even know what's on sale besides the Pixel. That's the only deal that I saw.
Ted, you didn't get
I
for
don't go to
anything for Black
Amazon,
Friday?
man.
Yeah,
I got buku
don't
stuff.
ever buy nothing. Because I
Oh,
don't.
you, oh
there's
well,
nothing
Ted's
that I
got a
really
bunch of
needed.
stuff he's going to talk about. I think. I hope.
There's nothing that I really needed. Like I don't need no TVs or nothing like that.
So Ted, what do you got? You got anything in particular?
He just said he got buku stuff.
You got Buko. What do you share?
Did
Talk
you
about
get
it.
the
Tell me about
Xperia, Ted?
Hold on. No, I didn't get the Xperia.
Oh, I thought for sure you'd get it.
Yeah, that grabbed your eye, right?
Yep.
I'm sure did. Hold on, guys.
And I agree with you. It was a good deal. I just wasn't willing to spend that kind of money right now.
Oh, sorry. Trying to put something in the chart.
Something
He's
in the
looking,
chat.
he must have bought a lot of stuff. He's got to look it up.
Oh man. George, Mike is never gonna let me live that down.
No, he isn't. No, he's not.
He's not.
Not
You
ever.
had the
So,
best Android phone going.
And it
and
was cheap, right?
Huh?
I said, and it was I had
It
a
was
deal.
cheap. Yeah, you would
Yes,
have.
it was.
You had it. You had the phone. And
What do you
George,
mean you
how many
got
times,
someone?
George?
Mike,
George,
you
how many
already
times you
know
going to
that.
say,
Like,
what's
it's
that software like? What's that
he-
software like?
It's
No,
such
he
a
can't.
hassle,
He can't
Mike.
tell us everything because she's in the room. He probably bought some for her.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
I think. I think
it's
she's in the
stop.
room, and he probably got something for her. Is my guess.
No, he put it right there. Carbon fiber tripod.
Yeah. You see, he's saying he's nodding. He says I'm right.
Okay.
Okay, so don't repeat what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not gonna say it.
Okay. Oh!
Oh wow!
Awesome.
Oh!
Awesome. Don't repeat it.
Stop it.
Awesome.
Wait, what's this? Hold it.
That's a deal.
No way, Will. $2,000.
That's not for a phone. That's for a computer.
My
Oh,
wife
no,
is
yeah,
bringing the heat to you, Will.
That's a
My wife
computer.
is bringing the heat to you, buddy.
That's a computer, though.
That's for a
not
computer, Pat. That's not for a phone.
That's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
All right, Ted, are you still ongoing?
Yeah, I
like
think
it.
that's it. That's it.
Okay, that
Okay.
was an awesome
Very
deal.
good. Very good. Very good. We won't say anything. We'll talk about it after
Oh,
Christmas.
look at the last one.
Oh yeah, the last one is even better deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a great deal.
I gotta look at that. I gotta check that out. The guy did tell me that Google guy told me that you can get that. Oh, you got the Max. You can get the Mini for $50 and get a $50 gift card.
I remember he was saying that in the video, right?
Yeah. I gotta check into that.
And think with the minis that doesn't have the camera.
Yeah.
The Max has a Soli, right?
Yeah,
No, the
Eleanor and
Mini
I
has
both-
the Soli.
Eleanor and I both have
The Mini
without
and the Max
camera.
have the Soli
No, the Max. He says the Max doesn't have a Soli in it.
Oh, it does.
for the sleep sensor.
No, it just uses the camera technology to do that.
Oh, okay.
Was there anything
And what's this now? That's a tough one. I never had that phone.
See, I have my
Soli-
22 Plus, and I think it's just as good as the Ultra. Just my
So wait,
opinion.
Really?
George, you think that's better than the Pixel 7 Pro?
Pixel 7 Pro, I'd say it's about probably equal. Because until I got the Pixel 7, I'd say the two best camera phones I have were the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the S22 Plus, and they're all very close.
See, I will admit, if Samsung had a better deal than what they're offering, I would have gotten Pat the Ultra for the.
Right. Oh, and Ted, I should say part of the reason I went for the Flip 4 now is because from Jay Will and a number of other places that I didn't know about when it first came out, they have been saying how much better the cameras are on the Flip 4 than the Flip 3. So that was in my head too, which I didn't know when it first came out, for sure. Oh wait, what was that? Oh, okay, cool. That's gotta be for you, right, Ted?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a business expense. I hope you remember to write it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
along with the other stuff, the bag and the
See,
tripod.
because of what I got back last year because of YouTube and Google sending me a what's the one for your own business?
Yeah, the
1099.
Schedule C
Yeah,
or 1099.
1099.
Yeah.
I got back a lot more money than I thought I was because of my own business. So I've kept a running total of every single thing I've spent on tech
Well
this year
done, George. Well
because that's
done.
all business expense now.
All right,
Yeah,
guys, I gotta jump off and handle
I'm close to
business.
around $4,000 for the year already. You know, considering everything. You know.
We gotta handle business, guys. But it was a pleasure speaking with you guys. I hope you guys
No.
have lots of leftovers for
So glad
to
you
last
were
into
here,
the
brother.
weekend.
So, so Ted, you got to make it back after Christmas and tell us how those how well received those items were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll film it with the.
And
with
thanks
the-
for letting
some of
us
the stuff.
get
All
a
right,
good
yeah.
look at how well the 60 does.
Of
Yeah.
course.
All right, have
Enjoy
a blessed
your Flip
one.
4 and enjoy your apple juice, Will. See you, Mike.
Okay.
Oh man! All right,
Bye.
Ted.
All right, Ted. Well, so moving on. Let's see. Oh, this is perfect time to move on right here.
Okay.
Perfect time to move on. So Will, you know what we're going to talk about next, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know.
George,
Do it, Ted.
George, you know the best deal out there was. You know what the best deal? Black Friday. It wasn't even Friday. I think it was like a Sunday. I think it was
Black Sunday, I think.
Black Sunday. Yeah,
Saturday, one of those.
yeah. So
Saturday. It was Saturday, Mike.
So there was some guy named new electronics store called Will's Electronics over here in Sicklerville. Okay,
You serious?
Will's, yeah, yeah. He has these limited runs on certain things. He cuts a
Yeah,
real
yeah,
sweet
okay.
deal on.
Okay.
So yeah, I broke down.
Look at
I,
that.
Which
broke-
one?
I broke down the 13 Pro.
Oh,
And-
you did. I said that was too good a deal not to
And
miss.
then down, I forgot to bring up the earbuds, the pods. They're downstairs.
This is the AirPods 2 or Pro?
Yes,
or?
AirPods
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Mike
And
came over to the dark side, George.
Hey,
No,
he's ahead of me.
no,
I still have the
no,
AirPods
no,
1.
no,
I have
no.
it.
we're starting a new thing. I think we're going to title this "The Gray Side." We're
Yeah,
going to
that's
I'm going to find a way to put a
That's
title to this.
based on me, I know.
We're on the George. I like
Hey, you're
that
ahead
term.
of me. I'm still
Whoever put
using
that
my
in there-
AirPods 1. So,
Whoever put that comment in last week,
yeah.
you know, where George is on the gray side. I
That was
love
the
that.
perfect, that was the perfect comment. That's true.
We are on the gray side. All right.
But keep in
Now-
mind why I'm on the gray side, because I said I love both my iPhones and
Mhm.
my Android phones.
Mhm.
You know, I don't have
Now-
a preference one or the other.
Mike, look at Gary's comment.
Mike using too, dang.
No, man. No, I'm on a diet. I got to watch my sugar content.
I said last week the offer
I guess-
that Will was giving him was way too good to pass up.
Now, I'm going to take this opportunity here. While I have, I'm not going to the whole 30 minutes, but I want to take this opportunity to talk about my week with this phone.
Okay.
Okay. First off, the
And
first
the
thing
watch.
was
Where's the watch, Mike?
I don't have it. I got it
So,
right here.
so for once, Mike actually drove over to your house, Will?
No,
No.
he met me. He met me on my way to work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
go
the
ahead,
first
Mike.
thing was the weight. This George, don't you find these pro models heavy? I mean, in a good way.
Yeah. I
a
mean, the
good way.
12 Pro was a little bit heavy. The 14 Pro Max is much heavier. You know.
Okay, but
Oh yeah, the Max is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I am having a better experience with this device. Face unlock and the swiping gestures is
Uh-huh.
on a whole different level than versus what I had on my SE.
Okay. Good.
It's taken some use to. Will, are there other gestures? Like I didn't know I had to go from here.
Oh
get-
yeah, the one side, yeah, and then the other side is notifications. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
here?
I thought he knew that. Okay.
Nah,
No,
Mike's
no,
new to
this-
swiping. Mike never had swiping on an iPhone.
no, I
Ah, okay, I didn't
know.
realize it wasn't on the other one. Okay, gotcha.
Because remember,
Now,
he had the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the button in it. Yeah. I was so hell bent on customizing this
Right.
that I spent literally 8 hours trying to follow this guy named Sam Beckman. And I'll leave guy if anybody catches this. Sam Beckman is a phenomenal guy. He can, and it isn't like a lot of rooting. And there's no rooting.
Why have I heard of him? I heard of him.
He does a lot of customization, a lot of
Okay.
app reviews. He's heavily into Android, but he's featuring more of also iPhone and customizations on that.
So you were doing what he told you, were following what he told you to do then.
Yes, until I made one fatal flaw, and then what you see here, those icons are supposed to be in a gray, not color. And I said I'm done. It was like I started like after like 11 o'clock and of course breaks, eat dinner and whatever.
Right.
It was 8 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock at night. It was 8 o'clock at night. And I said,
Exactly, Brian. Get him to stop drinking the pixel juice. That's
no,
right.
no, we're going to stop it. Stop it.
That's right.
No, you have no room to talk about the pixel juice.
No. Look what Brian said. I'm just reading the comments, Mike.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Pixelate, he said.
Stop
Yeah.
drinking. What? Oh, there you go. That's why I prefer iPhone Mini, because I don't need to do finger jam aspect control.
Yeah, but it's easy, Renz, because the iPhone is small. It's not like giant. Like it's not
It's
huge.
not big like
Mike,
the Max.
size is perfect, right, Mike? Tell me that size isn't.
Oh, it is. It
That
is.
size-
It
that
is. Now,
Will, am I right? The size is like the 12 Pros?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, that is a
like,
kind of a
it's not
perfect
like a
size.
giant phone, so you're not.
the S22, the S22 size is the same size, 6.1.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's a nice size. It is a very nice size
Once you
phone
get
for it.
into
Yeah.
like 6.7, and it's too big.
See, for
Yeah.
me, the Maxes are okay, but I'm 6'3" and I have pretty big hands, so it's easier for me,
Shut up.
Yeah.
Hey, if
Jack
somebody
Daniels.
would pass me a Jack Daniels
Daniels.
right now, I'd be drinking it. Trust me. I love me some Jack Daniels,
But
and of course, I'm the only one who lives in Tennessee, so I'm supposed to love me some Jack Daniels.
so what I got out of this was my customization is I have a routine in here where it changes to a dark mode at
Okay.
8 o'clock, and at 6 in the morning it'll go
cool.
back to a light mode.
Very nice. So just to make it easier on your eyes.
And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, like see here, there's this app called ClearSpace. I had to put ClearSpace here to force these up,
Ah, okay.
and
Mike
this
really
is
did a
the
lot.
widget. Now, actually, this stuff should be down further, and that's where everything I messed up. The clear spaces should be up here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But now, like I said, all these now this will change color. This still will change. This will change to a lighter white color
Mhm,
up here.
mhm.
But yeah, I managed to customize it to where I'm satisfied with it for now.
Now you
I
got
don't
the
have
icons and
another-
everything the way you want them.
Yeah. This is a really nice widget right there. That widget that's right there. That's a special widget that he shared on the in the video. That's
Okay,
that's
cool.
not nothing that was already pre-made from somebody, I think, a follower or somebody on Reddit.
Forever, yeah. Okay.
A lot of use of shortcuts. A lot of use of using shortcuts.
Okay.
And shortcuts is really crazy.
I gather more than you would have thought was possible.
Exactly. I mean,
Okay.
and that's the thing. That's the thing that got me. Like after a while, I'm like going, "Damn, no other person would drill into the shortcuts aspect of the iPhone. What the iPhone has to offer."
Yeah, that's probably
But
true.
there is endless possibilities. I will admit there are endless possibilities you can use a shortcut to do, and a lot of these here. Let me show you. Like for one, like this. I don't know if it's coming up. Like, can you see? All right.
Yeah.
Now look what happens. It's going to say shortcut up here because it's telling you. Let me do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
So what did you just do?
So this is my Google feed
Okay.
Uh-huh.
right here, and up here it says shortcut.
Yeah, but what did
okay.
you?
Okay.
It's
You
telling
used
you
it to open your
shortcut.
Google feed. Okay, I got
Right,
you.
right. So
So the Google app doesn't open the Google feed.
no. In the shortcut, you tell it in the shortcut what app you're doing. One of
Now,
the
but time out.
No, listen.
You said
No,
Sam
I'm saying
Beckman,
you
right?
opened your Google
Sam
feed.
Beckman.
Isn't this what you
Yes.
opened?
I'm sorry.
I'm
One more time.
subscribing to him right now. So
What's that?
Isn't this what you opened?
Hold on.
sorry, Will. I just subscribed
Yeah.
to him just so I have it.
So you can
Yeah.
just get the Google app. It does the same thing.
It is the Google app.
So why did you have to do a shortcut? I'm confused.
Well, to get that icon.
Oh, you wanted the icon. Oh, I'm
Right. That's
Yeah,
habit.
see. I think Mike has become an icon guy. Don't you get that impression?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
See that's it. Then you know what, Will? You made a valid comment right there. Nobody cares about it. Only us weirdos.
No, you know
Only us
what?
weirdos that care
Yeah,
about.
like that's something like the iPhone people don't care as long as it opens the app. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But there's a lot of like regular shortcuts, Mike. Like when you go into the shortcuts app, there's like a lot of pre-made stuff. And then if you go on YouTube and search shortcuts, there's videos of people, they have a whole bunch of
Right.
that's what I'm telling you. There's
But,
like a lot
but,
of shortcuts.
Will, let me ask Will. Come on. Your average.
By the way, guys, just looking at my email, Samsung, we've processed your order and confirmed your payment. The delivery date is included below, so I'm good.
All right. Well, we can't wait to hear how this.
I haven't ordered from Samsung since they kept canceling my order.
Yeah.
They screwed you over big time.
Yeah.
But I'll have about a week, I guess, to compare the Flip 3 with the Flip 4 before I have to send it in. So that's good.
So yeah. The camera. What little I had, I've been holding off really doing a lot of stuff with the camera. But I will admit, I went outside today, and I took this picture, and I know this.
Don't you find the cameras are phenomenal compared to what you had?
Well, from the SE, hell yeah. But this is a really great picture. I won't argue. It's a great picture.
Now let me ask you something.
Takes a better picture.
How would you compare the cameras with that against the S22? That's what I'd like to hear.
I got to work on that before I treat it.
I
Mike,
think you should do some kind of comparison before you get rid of the S22. I think.
Yes, I know. I need to. I need to work on that. I'm going to try and start.
Wait! I've got more good news. Remember, I told you out of pocket. I spent $261.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it's down to $237.49, so it's better than I thought.
Oh, okay. How'd you shave a few bucks off?
But in this order confirmed, they gave me the final price. Well, the final price is $237, not $261, which is good for
Mike,
me.
When you do your pictures, you gotta switch the thing to vibrant. That gives you that pixel look. You gotta switch the photograph.
Will knows more about this stuff because this is the stuff I don't do because I try to keep my subscribers as plain as they can.
You can change
Where is this at? Whoa, where's this at again?
In the camera app. Go to the camera app. Open
the camera. I've seen it. I've never used it.
Yeah, no, open the camera.
Yeah.
And then look on the top right. You see the two little. You got a circle for live.
I didn't bring my iPhone today. Otherwise, I'd be doing it.
Oh, this.
Change it. Change the camera to the back.
It is the back.
Show me the camera again.
I hit that button.
Oh, yours is at the bottom. Okay, do you see in the middle, above the camera shutter button?
Yeah, it says standard, rich contrast, vibrant.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
That vibrant one is sort of like a pixel, but you can customize it.
Yeah, you saw the difference right away, Mike?
To get that pixel color.
Mm.
Okay.
So, but when I now does this keep it now? Does it keep it there if I want to keep it on vibrant?
I think it saves it. Yeah. I think mine saves. There's like an option in the thing where you can save the camera settings. You have to go to the camera settings and turn it on, so it'll save.
Okay,
it.
it's saved. It's saved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, I'm going to say this,
Go
and
ahead.
Will's going to like lose his wig over this,
Go ahead.
but I still like Android.
Well, wait a minute. But as Will is teaching you this
Listen,
stuff, I'm thinking to
I
myself,
can't.
Mike
look,
is
I
just
can't
drinking
even-
the juice
Mike-
more and more.
Mike still loves Android because he likes to switch his icons, but that's why. Because if he uses the iPhone, he'll see it does the same exact things that your Android phone can do, and you get
Then
better apps. Look at the
then
Mike,
why do
look
I
at
need
the-
an iPhone?
huh?
Well, I know why I need an iPhone because I'm
No,
on the high side.
they do the same thing, but the iPhone is.
Yeah.
You'll see. I don't know, Mike. I can't explain it to you.
Now,
but
Brian
the
is saying the iPhone is
iPhone
better
is
than the
just-
S22 except for wide angle. Then he says Samsung's wide angle pistol whips all other wide angles.
the iPhone is just more. I don't know. It's just better, Mike. It is.
Wait a minute.
The functionality of your apps is more optimized on an iPhone.
George, you see him rubbing his eyes. He's
just because
about to lose his wig.
Mike, you like Android because you like switching the icons, stuff like that.
That's just
That's
switching
what you
the
like.
icons. No.
Yeah,
what-
but
Mike,
keep in
Mike,
mind,
what-
Will, I
what
like
can you do?
Android as much as I like my iPhone, and it's not because of switching. I like them equally. That's just how I am. I don't see one as being better than the other.
The only thing that the Android has over iPhone is the notifications. That's it.
See, I guess the difference between you guys and me is I don't need one to be better than the other.
No, it
If I
doesn't.
have-
have to
if
be
I have
I don't
two-
need one.
If I have two
better.
great
It
ones,
doesn't
I've
have
got
to
two
be
great
better,
ones.
but Mike prefers Android, but if you have
Mm-hmm.
the same apps, the same everything, you're preferring it for a reason. His reason,
But I think
Mike
here's
Mike
my
likes being
impression,
able to-
Will. My impression is he has a real, what I call a
Yeah.
real iPhone. My guess is he won't be preferring Android so much a month from now. That's my
he
guess.
will, but his reason is because he likes switching the
Yeah, but look what he's doing right now. He's learning things about the
icons.
iPhone that he didn't even know he could do. And I'm thinking that's going to make him
Well,
love the
if you say,
iPhone
Mike,
more.
I don't think not switching icons. I can go in my Pixel and do various whatever. I can maneuver through this a lot easier. I
you
know
can't.
where
Mike, you can't though. How are you maneuvering through it?
I will.
easier?
Huh?
How are you maneuvering through it easier? By talk. Well, if you use
Yeah,
okay,
since
if you talk about the
since
voice
iOS
assistant,
16, Mike, I don't think
the
that's
voice
true.
assistant, yeah, but the
The voice
iPhone is
assistant?
so simple, Mike. It's just because
It is.
you've used Android so long and you're still using Android while you're using the iPhone.
And in your mind,
using
Android
just
is still
one
simpler,
phone.
but I think Apple is pretty simple now too.
If you were just using one phone, which I know you won't do, I'm not even going to tell you to do it. But if you were just using,
No,
if
don't
you
ever
were
do
just
that.
using
Always
one
use two
phone
phones.
every
It's the
day,
best.
like if you didn't have a choice, you would be like, you know what, this phone is easy and it does everything I need it to do. But you're going back and using Android and iPhone, so of course you're going to choose Android because that's your primary phone. But think about it, Mike. 3 years ago, you would have been like, I hate this iPhone. But the more you use it, you're like, you know what? It ain't that bad. But you
I don't
gotta
think he
find
would have ever
something.
been. He
I
hated
That's
it.
sat
just
here
like-
and
Mike, look,
agreed.
Mike, listen. I had I started with Android, right?
Mhm.
I would use iPhone for 2 weeks and be like, oh, I hate it. Once I got rid of all my Android phones and had to use iPhone, then I realized like it does everything Android. And this was before they even had widgets.
Yeah, before
and all this
iOS
extra
16 and stuff. Yeah.
I was like, it does everything Android does. Plus, I can go to the Apple store to get it fixed. I don't got to mail it. There's so many benefits to it. I can send text messages and I can send iMessage and I can use Twitter and I can use Facebook Messenger. There's no reason to have an Android phone. There's really no reason. The video is better. There's no reason.
The
It's
video
just
is better unless you have a
once you-
Samsung top of the line
once
phone. The
you
video's not better
don't
than
have-
them.
once you don't have something else to use, then you'll be like, all right, I get it. But if I was using both phones, I'm still going to be like, I prefer the Pixel or I prefer Samsung, whatever my other phone is. But if you just use the iPhone, you'll be like, yeah, I don't see why I'm, you know what I mean? Why
Well,
I'm
he's
switching back and forth.
probably right, because I find the Samsung top phones and the iPhone dead even on camera stuff in general. So for me, that's it.
The
But if
iPhone
I
will
just had to
record-
use one, I'd probably be where Will is. You know.
you'll get the 4K 60, you won't overheat. Apple Pay works everywhere. Like there's no reason to
Oh
switch.
yeah, Apple Pay works everywhere. That's right. That's right. Every time I was just at Chipotle today picking up dinner, and I said, "Do you tap to pay?" Go, "Oh, Apple Pay." I'm like, ugh. How many times I hear that?
That's true. I hear that
Yes,
too.
you
I
know,
do too. And most of
Apple-
the time, I use Google Pay. I haven't even used Samsung Pay once yet.
Apple is so locked down that it's, they made it like almost, well, they're getting
Here
a
we
little
go.
looser, but it's like seamless. Mike, and
Yeah,
have you seen the weather?
Gary
Neighbors
has the
phones are very
sensible
close
statement. That's
these
a very
days.
sensible statement.
Yeah,
it's-
I will. Wow, for Gary to be like that's a
the
level-headed.
ecosystem-
That's great, bud.
Mike,
so,
if
so,
Mike
so you
had-
see,
if-
Will
yeah,
Renz
you're-
agrees with you,
Gary's right.
but
If Mike had a MacBook, it would be over. If you had a MacBook, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I had a MacBook 2 years ago in mine, and I still love my Windows 11 stuff.
Oh no. If Mike had a MacBook, it would be over. But Mike is
Wait, George, you don't have your Air anymore?
No, when after Rita died, I left it with her daughter. I let her have it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mike is still on both sides, so it's hard to choose. But like
There's no choosing.
Listen,
There's
no, Mike, no.
choosing.
What I'm saying is you're never gonna be like, just like you said, you prefer the Pixel or whatever. But if you had because now you have a Chromebook or you have Windows or whatever. If you had a MacBook and you went to your MacBook and the watch unlocked your computer, you could copy and paste from the phone to the computer.
Well, he's probably right there because I didn't use mine the way you should like that.
You'll be like, yeah, this is, you know what I mean? It just works. Like your phone calls transfer from your phone to your computer. FaceTime.
Now, Renz is like me. Maybe because I was a programmer for 34 years, but I still prefer Windows 11.
You can iMessage from, you know what I mean, from the computer, from your the ecosystem, like Gary said. Once you're in one of them, or you know what I mean, it's hard to leave.
This is why I say, Mike, it's if you use both every day, all the time, like I do, you're in the perfect world, in my opinion.
But you're gonna, like Mike said, he favors the Pixel, but the reason you're favoring it is because
I think as he learns more on iPhone, he won't favor it so much.
There's
That's my
nothing
guess.
that the Pixel does that the iPhone doesn't do, unless you're
they're gonna come out dead even. I think in the end,
unless you're just stuck on something like Object Eraser or something like that.
Well, I'm still.
Mike, what I told you, I was wrong. I could not do that on
maybe
iPhone.
You use the assistant a lot. I don't, but
I do.
Okay, I couldn't come up with an answer, but there's the thing with the Pixel. It screens all these calls. The object eraser, the ability to go back in here and add a portrait mode on
the screening of the calls is a big deal.
Yeah,
the screening of the calls is a big deal.
Adding the portrait mode on the photos, can't you just do that in Google Photos?
Not all of them.
Why would you want it? People don't want to go back after the fact and have to do stuff.
No, George. What he's saying is because in Google Photos you can just go in and add it. I'm looking at it right now on my. If you have
I
a
see
Google
what you're saying.
One,
Okay, I'm sorry.
You have a Google One subscription, you get those options.
Whoa! You get a Google One subscription that costs you money.
Mike,
that costs you money every month.
Wait, Mike, you don't have.
If you had the phone, you bought the phone. One and done. One and done with the phone.
Wait, Mike, tell me you don't.
One and done with the phone. Why'd you have to get a subscription?
I'm with Mike. I won't spend money for Google One either.
You don't have Google One?
I do.
Okay.
I do. But wait a minute. But that shouldn't be a factor here. That shouldn't be a factor here.
Yeah, I don't have Google One.
Mike, 15 gigs of data is trash. So I know you have Google One.
5 gigs of data from Apple is
but
trash,
listen,
trash.
no,
Okay,
Hold on. There's a
trash,
difference.
trash.
There's a difference, Mike. Google is putting features behind a paywall. Apple's not giving you no extra features if you join iCloud that you can do to your photos. They're telling you if you want to be able to do this or this on your Samsung, you have to have Google One. Apple's not doing that.
That's true. I get that all the time when I'm editing in Google Photos.
Yeah, they tell you add more storage, and if you do, you'll get this and this because before it was free.
Yeah,
That's
true. It did used to be free. Yeah,
but
wait a minute. Hold on. Can you do portrait mode using the Apple's photo app? Can you do that in post? Let's see something here.
Oh, can you change it to portrait mode in post?
You can, if you already took it as a portrait, you can't add portrait mode to a photo. No.
Well, wait a minute. Then why do you have to download another app? You're just now saying
for what?
People don't know about Google Photos. Nobody knows about it. To this day, they still don't know about it.
What are you talking about? Download another app for what?
You have to download Google Photos to your iPhone, don't you?
Okay.
Well, if people don't know that Google Photos exist, like generally a lot of people don't, if you just told me correctly that if I snap a picture and go, oh, damn, I want to do a portrait mode after the fact, you can't change it. Can you?
On the iPhone, no.
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 The only way you're going to get portrait mode is this.
Is if you take it directly as a portrait.
And then pay extra.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. When you can do it with this phone.
Mike, you can do it
after the fact.
But listen, you can do it with that phone only.
That's fine, George. I know you're enjoying this too much.
Yes, I am enjoying
it. But Mike, I can do
it.
Hey,
George, I'm right, George. Tell him.
I think you're right in this case. I agree with you on this one.
No, but I can't understand your point because Google Photos does it, but I'm sure that's not the only camera app that does it or photo app that does it.
Now look at Gary's comment. Gary is saying good for Google.
They can do that. That's great.
I'm sure.
We just talked last week that people are lazy. They don't want to go look for such a thing.
Yeah, but we're talking about you.
I'm not refereeing. I'm enjoying myself.
Okay, so adding the portrait mode, which is something that I've never went back and been like, I want to add this as a portrait.
What do you mean you don't take pictures of nothing?
No, Vince is enjoying this as much as I am too.
I'm saying most people, if they want a portrait photo, are going to take it as a portrait photo. They're not going to go back and add it.
I'm going to clip a whole lot of this stuff. Okay,
they're not going to go back and add it later.
Well, yes and no, Will. I have seen instances where I did go back and edit. It's rare, but I'll do it. Well, I can't do it on an iPhone.
You can't
using Google.
I can't do it on an iPhone, but I have seen a couple of times when I did do it on an Android phone.
Let me see. Yeah, you can't.
Not very often, though.
But like I was saying, Mike is gonna prefer Android because he's still using both.
Just like you prefer Apple.
Exactly. What I'm telling you is because it's not because Apple can do something that Android
versus Spy.
Yeah, Will may be right because I think I enjoy them because I tend to use both all the time. So Mike, Will may be right about that.
Here's the reason why. Because on Google, just like I told you forever, on an Android phone, everything that I can do it on the iPhone.
That's exactly what they did, Brian.
On an Android phone, you can't get iMessage, you can't get FaceTime, you can't copy and paste from the Mac, you can't. So on an iPhone,
if you're using Windows 11, you probably don't care if you can copy and paste from a Mac.
But what I'm saying is, on the iPhone, if both of them are equal, right?
Yeah.
On the iPhone, I'm still gaining more. Because on Android, you're never going to have.
But Google and Samsung are both getting better and better at
George,
making the apps all work together like Apple does. They're not quite there like Apple is, but they're getting there.
George, I understand all of that, but
right.
Let's say on an iPhone, if a new app is coming out or whatever, it's going to be optimized on the iPhone first. If somebody I know uses iMessage, I can iMessage them. on an Android phone, I'm never going to be able to iMessage. I'm
That's
never going
true.
to be able to FaceTime. I'm
That's
never going to
true.
be able to copy and
Yeah,
paste.
you can't
on my
FaceTime, but you can Google Duo.
I know, but what I'm saying, I can Google Duo on my iPhone.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I can FaceTime. That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
do
you're
the
right. You're
exact
right.
same thing, but the iPhone, you still have more, you know what I mean? You're still getting more. And I can go to the Apple store to
In
fix my
some ways,
phone.
yes, that's true.
I can, you know what I mean? My trade-in value is going to
Hey,
be
hey, Will, you shut
ridiculous.
Mike up.
Like there's
Let's let him go on.
you have advantages over an iPhone versus a Pixel. There's not
Wait,
there might be there might be an app on there.
My precious.
There might
And keep in mind, you keep comparing it to the Pixel.
might be
If
an
I were
app
going to
on-
compare an iPhone to the best, I'm going to compare it to a Samsung phone, not the Pixel.
there might be an app on the Play Store that's not on iPhone, but it's probably going to be something that's like a small developer made, or you know what I mean, or you got a side load.
Well,
But
that's true.
as
They
far as-
usually develop for Apple first and
As
then
far
Android.
as like a quality app, they're all going to be on both. Look at Mike, go to the Apple Weather app. Look at that app. That app is ridiculous because they bought the Gray Skies app and took it off Android.
Yeah, but the Weather Channel
Yeah,
app on Android is just as good, if not better.
If it,
George,
you know what,
George,
funny you said it. I
George.
thought this was the Weather Channel app to be on
George.
at first too.
Apple has
I
the
use that
Weather,
on all my
Weather
phones,
Channel
all
app
my
too.
Androids. What'd you say, Will?
I said Apple has the same Weather Channel app.
Yeah, I'm sure it
This is
does.
just
But my
this is
point
just a
is,
stock-
the
this is
regular
just a stock
Apple
weather
Weather
app.
app is great, but I think the Weather Channel app on Android is just as good.
But this is just a stock app. Look at that app
That's
versus the
true.
Google Weather
That's,
app.
no, it's
right?
a very good weather app. I agree.
So wait, what's this now? So Will, why are more Android phones? So if
Because
good.
Android phones, you can buy an Android phone for $50.
You can buy Android phones a whole lot cheaper
Yeah, but buy
worldwide
one,
than you
get
can
one
buy an
free.
iPhone, and
Funny.
most people around the world can't afford iPhone prices.
Google right now, talk about deals. Google
Keep in
5.
mind, around the world, Android
Hey,
outsells
you know why?
outsells
Because they
iPhone
give-
by like 80 to 20 or 85 to
Because
15.
companies will give Android phones away for free.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't see.
That's the
I think
same.
the SE, but the only phone you can get on a prepaid carrier for free is the SE.
But at the same time, that's why you'll see people with iPhone 7 still, because they still work, and you still get
That's
what
true.
is the iPhone
And you
7?
still get the
I think it's on-
updates, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on the last update it got was like 15.6 or something. That phone lasted like 6-7 years.
Exactly.
And it still
that's
works.
very true. That's true.
Mike's Pixel will be dead.
But
in
again, if
2
I were
years.
going to compare it, I'd compare it to a
Mike's Pixel-
Samsung phone,
Mike's
which is going to
Pixel-
give you 5 years.
Mike's Pixel, and that's George. That's terrible. Let's talk about that before we leave. Why is Google still only giving you 3 software updates?
No,
And the
no,
Pixel
4. I
gives you-
think it's
I
4
mean,
now,
and-
isn't it?
no,
I think
it's
they were a year
3.
behind Samsung.
It's
I think.
3, George.
I thought it was
It's
4
3.
now.
Nah, it's 3. I think
No,
it's
it's 3.
security. How are
Okay.
they letting Samsung? That's terrible.
What is it called?
Yeah,
Dark.
after Samsung started coming out with 4 and 5, I thought
Skies
that
is
Google
dead
would
on
jump
Android,
all
right?
over that and catch up, but they haven't, which surprised me.
Apple bought it, and they're taking it out of the play. They're taking it out of the Play Store. Apple's crazy.
No, I think they, Gary. I think they integrated Dark Sky
Yeah.
app. It's not even in the App Store, in the Google
Yeah.
App Store.
You can't get it no more. They bought it and took all the stuff out of it. And put
Exactly.
It on their app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
kind of
took all
what
the
they
stuff
do.
out of it and put it on their app. What's it called, George? Sherlocking? That's how they do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was called that.
Yeah, there's like a term. Sometimes Apple will find features that somebody has in their app, and then they'll what they did wasn't Sherlocking, but sometimes they'll like steal features from a developer's app and then put it in their app, and then they'll put in their App Store policy that the other apps aren't allowed to do.
Yeah, the other app won't be there anymore. Okay, yeah. That's just good business, I guess.
how you
I
gotta
mean, if
do
I
it,
were them,
yeah.
I'd probably do the same thing. You know.
Yeah. I don't even
Brian
like
has
it.
3
I don't even
years,
like it.
3 years and 5 years security update. So
That's terrible. Why is Google still doing that, Brian? Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I
That's
thought that once
terrible.
Samsung passed them, they'd automatically
So-
go catch up, but they didn't.
So George, what Samsung do you have? Like how timely are their updates now?
Oh,
they're very
real good.
timely.
I'll have to hand it to them.
My Samsungs, almost
Ooh.
all my Samsungs get the updates within a week of the Pixel or closer.
So Gary said Samsung S22 just got Android 13.
My S22 Plus got it a week and a half ago. Something like
Dang,
that.
so
I
they're
think.
still late. When did it come out?
Well, it
Yeah,
only came out about two
I got
weeks.
13 about a month ago. It's almost
No,
beginning of the month.
when did it come out? In May?
No.
What? Android 13?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it
if you
came
had
out
an
in
Android
October.
phone, you would know. Oh, I'm sorry. It came out. It officially came out in August.
No, it came out it came out in
Android
October.
13 came out in August.
No, George. It was out before that. Because
Oh, no,
remember,
no,
the
you're right.
Pixel,
You're right.
the
Sorry.
Pixel 6.
But it only came out on the Pixels.
Yeah.
Then it
And
started
the new
going.
Pixel. The new Pixel just came out.
Right,
with the-
exactly.
Yeah. So they're better than they
There you
were.
go.
'Cause They used to be a year
There you
behind.
go. Who's keeping a phone more than 3 years?
Me,
A
Well,
lot,
occasionally, I keep some more than 3
a
years.
lot of iPhone users still use their phone.
Yeah, a lot of iPhone users always will too.
Yeah,
No,
because what's the point of getting rid of it if it's still working? If you could change the battery for $100 or $60 and your phone still works.
Yeah, Renz, I wouldn't wait for a Pixel Mini. I'll tell you that.
Hmm.
They're not. Yeah, Google's not doing that.
Yeah,
Supposedly,
Google's
Google's got that the Pixel Flip or whatever.
So just a quick report, a side note because Gary made me think of this. My son, remember I have my plight with my son and his LG
Headphone jack.
G7. It finally pretty much gave up the ghost.
Right.
So for now, I gave him that I gave him that Rebel T-Mobile Rebel 6 Pro to him. Just did it.
Better him than me.
And I told him though. I say, if you're not happy with it, let me know. I mean, he's not like he needs a phone that works and be able to make calls and
Well, from what you've said in the past for his uses, it's probably going to be fine, I guess.
And it is. And if anything, he needs something that he doesn't have to worry about charging all the time. The battery
And
is.
you said he needs something that's pretty tough too, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to work good for him. So
Okay, good.
yeah, it's a big upgrade. He's gone from whatever, like Android 10 to Android 12 right now, and 5G.
You say a big upgrade. I'm thinking T-Mobile Revel is a big upgrade. That's just my mind.
Well,
I'm
I mean
sorry.
the operating system.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
George, I understand that, and I torn myself. I was like, going, do I give him my?
Don't go to me. I'm a snob about
I
OnePlus.
almost gave my
I wouldn't
Pixel
touch a
6.
OnePlus phone today either, because I think OnePlus is garbage these days. That's just my opinion.
What happened to OnePlus? Oh my god, I can go on.
OnePlus. Their Android 13
I
update
think
really
OnePlus
nice
is
on my
terrible,
9.
and I wouldn't spend money for a OnePlus phone. I'm telling you.
OnePlus
Not
fell
for
off.
the last
Mike.
3 years.
OnePlus really went down.
Yes, they did.
Hey Gary, what?
He said,
Wait a
"My
minute.
job gave me your phone. I gave it back."
Come on, man. The
That's
Rebel
why-
isn't all that trash.
Where's the guy who asked, why is
to be
there?
fair,
I'll find
I
out
think when
tomorrow.
the first Rebel
Where's
came
the-
out, I think it was trash. I think it's gotten better though,
It's
especially
gotten
based
better,
on
yeah,
what I've
it's-
seen from
Asked
Mike.
about- Mike, who was the guy who said why is there so many Android phones? That's why, because Jobs will just give you a Revel, and that's another Android phone out in the wild.
That's true. That's
They'll
very
just give you a
true.
Motorola G, whatever. There's,
Yeah.
Hey, look, right now. Google Fi's having a
OnePlus is
special.
dead.
If you sign up, you can get a Motorola G Power this year model 22 for $30.
But you see, that's the thing. That's a Motorola G Power. If you wanted a good Motorola phone, you'd get the Motorola G Stylus.
Which is
Right.
$100. $100 for that phone.
Okay.
So
The
yeah.
Moto G Power. Wow, I can't believe Motorola's still making phones.
Oh, they're making a ton of phones. They're making a
The
ton
funny
of phones.
thing is, the Power is low end stuff, but that thing sells like crazy
Mhm.
here and I think in South America too.
Yep. So, all right, guys, let's wrap this up. let's go back out and do our thing, our shopping, and what George, you're going to find more deals. Probably get another phone. That's okay.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Then I didn't want to reveal.
I can't afford to keep this up. You know?
I'm like that.
Yeah, right, George.
Gary's code. I'm going to look into.
Says that. Mike George says that, and tomorrow he'll be buying a new phone.
No. This I think I'm done for the year.
I think.
I can't guarantee it, but I think I'm done for the year.
He thinks he's done for the year.
That's true. Yeah.
No, I'm going to check into Gary's code. I did want to get the mini, the Nest Mini, maybe, or
that sounds like a really, really, really good deal to me.
Yeah, I want to check into that.
So, are you going to take that next thermometer? That Nest?
I gotta go to our gas company. I can get one for free too. So
you can. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask Eleanor, but I don't think she'll take it. But I'll tell her. Let you know.
Okay.
Will, how come you don't have one on your? Do you have a smart
one? I have one already. This one that they sent me is just like the base model.
Sure.
So I don't have nothing to do with it, but it was so cheap that I was like,
So, all right, Will, you can start with the outro.
All right, everybody. I don't know when I'll be back on. I guess I'll try for Friday. I don't know.
It's been great to have you 2 weeks in a row, though.
Yeah, Will's going back to school, so.
Yeah, I already started. It sucks.
Okay. Yeah, but you keep making more money. That's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I probably won't make no more money from this. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, why am I doing it? But it is what it is.
I hear you.
Status thing. That's got to be a status thing. Obviously, people want you like your work because everybody wants you to work. That's for sure.
yeah, they want me to work.
Will has
obviously you're doing something right. Eleanor's the same way. Bosses love her because she's a workaholic.
Yeah. All right, George, what do you got for our outro?
Only thing I did my comparison with the Pixel 7 versus the S22, and as the same as it did with the Pixel 6 Pro, the 30 FPS came out blown out bright, and nobody can figure out why. I did see a couple of settings in the Pixel 7, and white balance is turned on automatically. So over the weekend, I'm going to try switching a couple of those things off, switching them around, and see if it makes a difference in the color. Because when you go to 60 FPS, all of a sudden the color's fine. It's just at 30 FPS.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'll be doing over the weekend. Yeah, no sax action today. Oh, here, I'll give you a little Beatles. Now it's time to say good night. Good night. Sleep tight. That's the best I've got.
All right. On that note, I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device. Thank you so much for everybody stopping by today's show. Anybody, please, as I'll say again, thumb up.
We got to get Mike to 1,000.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
And next week we're back on Mobile Geezer.
Back on Mobile Geezer.
So we can get to 1,000.
Yeah, I'm getting there to the 1,000. And
it was great having all four of us, though.
Yeah, my watch hours. I'm still in the toilet with that. It's still low. It's under 1,000 even for that. I got to get 4,000. So I got to start. I will admit, I just got busy at work and I just didn't get a time to make any videos. I got to work on that this weekend.
Understandable. So, yeah, ever since you went to the inventory, you got busy.
Yeah, and then I had my guy, my helper got took this past week off. So
right.
As always, I say, if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Consider subscribing, joining the group. I do video vlogs, car vlogs, Monday and Fridays. If I try to stop on George's channel to do Friday Night Tech Talk, and in between, I try to get some videos there.
And the vlog I did today, you can blame that on Mike. So because of him, I'm probably going to start doing more vlogs too.
Okay, good. Good. Anyway, if you're a return subscriber, everybody here, thank you so much for coming by. And if you please just put it out there in your socials, retweet and whatever. Hit the get people to rewatch the parts of it. I'm going to try and clip a lot of this stuff somehow, and I got to figure out how to do that. And yeah, that's about it. Enjoy your weekend, and as always, enjoy your tech. We're out.
Have a blessed weekend, everyone.